Not sure when this is going yet. I'll buy it.
Doesn't. Oh, there it goes.
So wet, so
And
tired.
apparently here's voices, which, yeah, that tracks.
Yo, what's up, everybody? So good to see you. Yeah. God damn it. You know, sometimes things just don't go according to plan. I know that that is a very unusual sentiment to be shared here on this channel, particularly. But that's the way it is. Yeah, it won't. That's true. We are going to, while we wait for everybody to get sorted, Renan is working. Huzzah! That's okay. You know, we're just chilling and hanging out. I did not know that you knew 14 virgins. Oh, just olives. Oh my goodness. All right. So, what? Oh, they can only hear me. Ha 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 ha.
How rude.
No, it's true. Now they can hear you. It's fine because we were only talking about virgins and stuff, so it's not like you missed out on anything.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. No, I would never talk about something like that on stream. Like that would be terrible.
You don't want to share that much about your life?
You know what I wish we could do right now?
Start D&D.
Well, that too. Is figure out what the heck Adam is doing.
He muted you and is listening to music.
I know.
While he thinks he's
That specific head bob is doing him many favors.
He's like straight up. He thinks
Specific
he's the front
context in
man
that, though.
in the Backstreet Boys. He is JT right now in his head.
So what's up with the new setup?
Ramen noodle hair.
Well, for now, because I was waiting for you guys to everyone to get here so that I could fix it. Now I can do that.
Time for questions.
Yes, indeed, time.
Dodge it.
We are going to be doing questions. All right. So the first question, while I work on this, is
Aaron's first question is, why the hell aren't y'all ever on time?
I was running late and I was still on time.
you were
And
no.
then I
This
sent a
is,
distraction, so that was my head.
you're fine. Do not
Pocket
worry.
sand.
Nobody is blaming anybody except for me, who I'm blaming everyone.
Rogue, how do you not know which one I am? Oh,
Because our names
my
aren't there on
God.
the new border.
Yeah, but
Well,
she knows what it look like. I
Yeah,
thought.
it's fine. All right. So the first
So
one,
who's talking shit?
we all
Which one
are.
of you's talking shit?
All of
We all
us.
were.
We were wondering.
Remember, I know where every single one of you bitches live.
No,
Are you sure about that?
No, you don't.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like,
Well, Except
Yeah.
for 2 people. How about
No.
that?
so now we know
And the
where
backtracking starts.
so now we know where the rest of us can go hide, so he can't find
At
us.
my place. Woo.
No, I know where you live.
No, you
All
don't.
right, so y'all
Yeah, I
can
do.
come to my
All right.
place.
First
I know where you
question.
live too.
First
don't.
question is going to go
Snapchat
to.
map rats you out.
That's fair, Rogue. That's
Are
fair.
you? Am I sharing
Yeah.
my
Okay.
location
Yeah.
with you?
Excuse me.
You
Oh
let
my
him
God.
know about it?
This
Yeah,
week on
like,
Gamers
I thought he
Santos,
would have known by
a lesson
now.
in privacy settings.
For real?
Yeah.
Spy
Okay.
101. Never let go of your trick.
Our sponsor
Ah.
tonight is NordVPN.
It should be.
nice.
No,
Raid
no, it
Shadow
shouldn't.
Legends.
Yeah, you
We
were.
haven't earned that.
No, as in like, you know, it'd be a good.
Adam, I'm not sharing
we
my
need it.
location with you.
You did before.
Oh
Yeah,
my.
like once.
Oh,
Exactly.
oh
That's all
my,
it go.
oh my, indeed. Okay, all right, children. All right. We.
My taco.
I need to move all of these things. Fuck my life. Okay, it's fine.
Well, while he's
The
doing
fir-
that,
okay,
Iskra, what did you think?
I would like to have. Oh my gosh. Audience, pick the first person for the question to go to.
Sexy dance
Ask-
party.
I wanted to see everyone vote for the first question to go to Iskra. I have 1 vote for Iskra. 1 vote for Soul. Who else? Come on, give me some more. Give me some more. What is happening?
1 vote for Pistra.
Why are there 2 Saunders?
Double the pleasure.
Sorry, what was the question, Graham? No, we haven't. I have a question lined up. I just want to know who to direct it to first. So I need everybody to give me a person to ask the question to.
Everyone
Ram.
pick someone who hasn't been picked yet, so then he has to
LV.
still make a decision.
Oh, is this a side effect after like having used the zone of truth last session? Is that
No,
what's going on?
no. This is just
Everyone's got the sillies.
yes.
No, he used to do this at the home games.
Yeah.
The home games back in
The question is, what do
So-
you want your next character to be?
Is it
back on the bleachers, at the home games.
Yeah, way back when.
way
I
back
had
when?
some fun time at the bleachers. Memories.
Same.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Underneath them, too.
Okay.
Mhm.
In that,
Not
okay,
forward.
so I'm gonna say, how do you want to die?
How do you feel about this being your last session? with
Yeah,
us?
how do you feel? How do you feel
LV?
about that?
No.
Yeah.
Behave.
I think you are right, LV. I think you are right. We still haven't got some people in here. Fuck my life. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. We are going to get this.
Elwin.
Listen. I will. Yes. All right. So the first one. The first one.
Aaron?
A lot. I don't have. I don't have. This is just technical difficulty life. All right. The first one's gonna go to Iskra. Fuck it. That was the first one that was mentioned, and that's where we're going to go. The first question is, what is your character's greatest achievement?
My character's greatest achievement.
Mhm.
Answer in Iskra, by the way.
Goodness. Oh, so I answer as Iskra?
It's like,
Like,
do you think this
greatest
is Bob
achievement?
Nudu? No.
Well, I mean, because this question's kind of like, she's like, who is my character? What are you talking about? I only am me.
Yeah.
Thunder.
So what is
I
Iskra's
feel like-
greatest achievement?
Hello,
Well,
everyone.
probably being a hella rockin' musician.
Hello.
There you go.
There's not like a specific thing. She gets herself out of scrapes and into them pretty easily. So
I
I
have
would say
a-
her ability to be flexible in those situations.
Oh, there you
that's
go.
her greatest.
That's related
Great
to
success.
what I was going to answer for Iskra. Is, in my opinion, I think it's surviving falling from a flying dragon.
Yeah, that's good.
So would you say she gets
I
knocked
had
down,
help.
but she gets up again?
This is true.
I see what you did there.
Did you see it or did you hear it?
Yes.
I mean, maybe graduating from her academy, you know, or getting away from it when things were wild. Spoiler alert.
Oh,
Is there a secret
Hey.
VHS tape of Iskra out there? Like Girls Gone Wild, Beach Edition, University.
Ravnica Beach. Yeah, that was
And I
some,
thought her greatest achievement would be the Ravnik and Ripshit Riot Championship, but I've been overruled apparently.
8 times running.
There you go.
all right. That fixes that one. All right. Good job, Iskra. Good job answering on the fly like that. The next question. All right. Who's the next person that got put up there was Soul. Is your character more an introvert or an extrovert?
holy crap.
I feel like Soul's both at the same time.
Yeah,
Honestly, yeah.
He's
Yeah.
an extroverted introvert.
because, yeah, Soul, he has no problem speaking his mind, obviously. We know that.
Right.
Obviously.
But he is very cautious because he grew up, him and his clan knew better than to make their presences known. So that's why they're all really good at sneaking. So he has the capability of sneaking, being invisible, but also doesn't shy away from when conversation needs to be had. So yeah, I'd say ambivert. Yeah,
Ambivalent.
Versevert. I like
Ambivert.
Elby's answer. Versevert.
Ambivert. He's an ambivert, like an Amber Alert, but
Amber
not.
Alert.
He's an Amber Alert. Okay, excellent job. Okay, who's the next person? This is gonna be directional, so this is gonna be interesting.
Up.
Nice.
I know, right? The next one was for Graham.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is gonna be great. Okay,
I think
so
we all collectively would say,
yeah, kind of. The question is, what does your character admire and dislike the most about the player character sitting to your left? So you get to choose, because technically speaking, it could either be Renan or Sol.
Well, is it the player character from my left? Because
Oh.
it's you.
And
Oh,
see, I'm on. Wait. No mind. I'm on your
yeah,
right.
that's right. I forgot. I moved everything around for me. So, well, for what everybody else sees,
Oh.
what everybody else sees, I guess.
I can't see the stream right this second, so tell me.
Okay,
what
You get a
it
free
is.
pass.
So
Pick a
it's Soul
character.
or me.
So,
I think that, sorry, the question exactly is.
what do
Would
they?
would
Wait, let me get back to it.
Admire
It is, what does your character admire and dislike? So both.
Fuck, Mary, kill.
So we'll go for none, just because we talked about Saul a little bit already.
Yeah.
I admire a certain practicality and commitment to just getting a job done.
Hmm.
Because when he first met the group, he was the only character who went, let's just do the thing that he's asking us to do and we'll get it done. He was the first one that kind of just went, we're making a decision. The thing he didn't like with him was the calling him Darkling.
Yeah. Okay.
It was just, I like you, but let's not do that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, if they ever have a conversation, he can explain what he meant.
That always makes it better.
That's always been, yeah. That sounds great. If you ever want to talk about it, I'll be right here. Oh my god, I only have one person left, and then we'll be done. Oh my
right.
god, I'm so
I
excited.
can't add to that. It's his whole stubborn thing about wanting to talk in Elvish when they're talking in Common. He doesn't hate it. He's just confused by it.
I think a
Fair
lot
enough.
of us can speak in Elvish anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gotta fit North into his box. North, stay.
He's almost 450 years old, and it's just habit.
He's a product of his time, is what you're trying to say.
He's a boomer. Because he literally goes boom.
Oh no.
Oh, who was that?
That was the boom.
That was the boom.
That was the boom. God damn it. Bye. I'm
He
leaving.
got his boomstick.
Oh my god.
Boomstick?
No, you do not get a boomstick.
I
know.
said a boom, chicka boom.
You're no fun.
No boomstick for you.
Spoil sport.
Spoil sport. That is me. Didn't you know that was my nickname in school?
No, it wasn't.
In school?
In school.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's totally what it was.
God damn it, Sander.
Wait, did I get everything? Is everything?
He
Oh,
was homeschooled.
I was
Aaron,
homeschooled.
you were homeschooled.
Yeah, what about it?
His parents. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry about that.
And on the seventh day, God invented the Huntington rifle.
So he could fight the dinosaurs and the
And the
homosexuals. Oh my god. If only they knew. Okay, we are ready. Oh, wait, one more thing.
Oh, look, it's only 7:22.
Well, but at least now we've been hanging out with everybody, so it's not like it's just.
We're all stuck in hell together.
Yeah. Shut up, Soul. I'm gonna.
Iskra fixed it. I don't know if you saw that.
Okay. Okay, we'll do one last question because why not? Who else was mentioned? Piskra.
Cares about or not.
Yes, Kiskra.
So
Do another one for Graham. He's new.
He's new. Okay. What would be your character's theme song / favorite band / favorite genre of music?
Mountain Highway.
Graham. I don't know. We'll do Graham. It's fine.
Wording.
God damn it.
Raising boom.
There you go.
I did that to myself.
Sorry, the question is favorite. Oh, what his theme music would be?
Yeah. His favorite song.
I can actually answer that definitively.
Here we go.
Girl Panic by Duran Duran.
This is new.
Yeah, that looks very nice.
We can't hear Aaron apparently in chat.
Oh, I don't like this one. I look like I'm in between a vagina.
Or you're like the iris in the eyeball.
There
Raising
we
the
go.
pupil?
No, I
just
think it would
imagine-
make Kindred happy to be the metal shard in the eyeball.
There we go.
Yeah,
pluck
an
me out.
annoyance that
How
we
about
can't
now?
get rid of. Got it.
Roy eyes.
All right, so we're testing out a couple of different layouts. Once the videos are in place, then it's easy for me to just switch the overlays out.
Oh, a
so
name.
yeah,
Down
so
there.
yeah, you have your name right there.
Pronouns is misspelled.
Well, because it's supposed to say what? Banan? I think it's supposed to say banan, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Soul
sure.
and Aaron, I want to make this
Bananarama.
abundantly clear. I will stab you both.
I don't know why I haven't done anything.
I'm innocent.
Yeah,
He ran
we're
into
both
my
innocent.
knife. He ran into my knife 10 times.
All right. Without further ado, since we've had so much ado already,
Much to do.
let's get into tonight's game
Physical.
of Game of Let's get physical. Yeah, let's get physical, except not really. Ooh.
I don't trust
All
that.
right.
I'm doing something fucked up for National Sunday.
Oh boy. Okay. God damn it! How many times?
No.
Are we...
Every time he does that, he loses a spell slot.
No.
You're gonna lose 5 health points. You're gonna lose the an ability to summon creatures. That's what it is. Yes.
Oh, no.
Damn, I just
He loses
neuter
5
soul.
from the top of his
Neuter
health.
soul. Oh no.
He just got Bob Barkered.
Yikes.
I was gonna say, spay or neuter your soul today.
Thank you, Miracito. Is that you want me? Mary, I'm gonna call you Mary. How about that? Thank you, Mary. You know, it was a bit neuter whose soul. I feel like that's a Jewel song. Anyway, so we're gonna have a our recap done by Kindred and Soul, which is perfect because they are right down the middle there. So without further ado, last week's recap. Take it away.
Hold on, look, I can make Kindred talk like a puppet.
No, please don't do that. No, what have I done?
So anyway, it was a naked me party, and they were all perverts. And apparently, Sonder remembers the color of my nipple. And
Well, we have no context for this whatsoever. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
it's the chaos you've unleashed upon us.
I don't
And
understand
then-
why everyone is so uptight about not wearing any
know.
clothes.
It's just a nipple. And then we had some bonding time, and there were some truths, and there was some more nakedness and bubbles. And Renan was put on the spot, and he froze, and it got small, and he got his wings wet. And then there was oh, that was the last thing. What do you remember, Soul?
Okay, so I was tasked with trying to get information about how Kindred was before her transformation, and I was able to get some information from Sanda Galil, Kindred herself. And I wanted to make sure that I got the body right, so Galil showed me, and then I showed Kindred, and then we shared a good, honest moment in the lake.
Yada 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 yada.
I don't know why everyone was so uncomfortable, but
I think. And then we're gonna head back. It was like today, right? We had tallied up that we had lost the bet, but we knew we were, and we're gonna go back and get ready for dinner.
so I think the only people that didn't get naked with us in the water was North, Graham,
And Iskra.
Ram.
I mean,
I was watching.
Ardrin.
Always watching.
That's creepy.
That's so bad.
You pervert.
It's
Just
bad, but it's
kidding.
not wrong.
I have to look out for, the squad
Well,
and the
so
quads.
does that finish your
It's like the worst recap
The
ever.
worst recap ever?
And then we were gonna end it as Sonder offered to draw me like one of his French galils.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot
I had
about
forgotten about that.
So basically, what was going on is that Kindred is now in the form of a hobgoblin, which she was not originally. Kindred used to be a male elf, and now there's an opportunity for her to get her original body back. But in order to do that, we needed to know all about Kindred's physical appearance as well as her emotional.
After I had her
Baggage.
hook it, Trey decided he didn't like the session, so he lit me on fire. But I didn't die. Instead, I crystallized.
What
Get it.
are no?
It occurs to me that I did not do nearly enough drugs in my youth.
Aim.
Too
RuPaul?
late.
No.
Just kidding.
God damn it.
Sorry. All right. Well, I'm sure that was a very clear recap for everyone involved. For those of you who
C
were
minus.
for those of you who were not involved, I assure you it was not the SpongeBob episode. No, it was definitely the SpongeBob episode that it sounded like it was.
It was basically an anime beach episode on fire.
Yeah.
And
Yo.
on a mature rated anime.
This is fine. This is fine.
This is fine. I'm okay with this. We'll
Leo and
survive.
Renan fought an AstroTurf monster too.
This is also
We didn't see that, so we couldn't retell them that.
An AstroTurf.
An AstroTurf monster. That's
That's
what it
right,
was.
because they innocently, or rather, they tried to kill an innocent Fae.
They tried to
fox.
enslave a poor creature, and instead they squashed it.
Well,
First, they made it get 8, and then
There you go. I was like, well, somewhere along those lines. Anyway,
What?
yes. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother trying. Last week's episode was a hodgepodge of a bunch of things, but the essence was there. Renan and Galil, they bonded over a Fae fox
Slavery.
and having that get resurrected. So that was fun once it was eaten.
Kindred made a really stupid bet.
And it wasn't stupid at the time. I didn't know that what's her name was just gonna enter herself into it.
Right. So yeah, North, that's what you missed the last time. While you were off
To
gathering.
properly word that, Kindred made a scavenger hunt bet with a druid queen in her own domain.
No, I didn't make a bet with her.
that's
She
retarded. And
He made
The
the bet
most-
with only Iskra and Soul.
and she
just
took it
only
upon
did.
herself to
Who is
include
a
herself.
druid, who is also a druid, to collect plants.
Yeah, but Soul is
I
like
still agreed to it.
Soul still has like what is it I'm looking for?
were you
Honesty.
drunk at the time?
Nope. Everybody
Not
was
yet.
sober.
Did you think you could use magic?
Yes. They also, to be fair, they also
Were you
enlisted
mistaken?
they also enlisted the help of the entire town. So there was that. But all that being aside, we will now go ahead and jump into tonight's game. What a mess. But that's
What a
fine.
man, what a man, what a man.
Maybe that can be Kindred's new theme music.
It might be eventually.
Yeah, after the success, if it succeeds, of the spell, looking at himself in the mirror, singing that song.
Sort of pops out like the Vexian.
Yeah. All right. So, as you guys have now gathered back into this little village cluster, surrounded by the high walls of the spiderweb like enclosure that protects this little village from whatever outside dangers might be found here inside the Yorewood. There's a little bit of nervousness as indeed Kindred and the rest of the gang return, arms filled with the appropriate herbs, maybe not the exact ones that you had been looking for, but the appropriate herbs nonetheless. No, not those. And in doing so, you find that Vian has already returned with Soul. So you find Soul waiting for you by the little bonfire here in the center of the cluster. Incidentally, Soul, you guys did bring some of the root, but it wasn't the same phase strength that Kindred had been searching for. But you did find some. Kindred and his crew, his posse, did collect more than the both of you did.
What?
There were only two of them.
They're druids, and she's a bitch. I mean, like spider bitch.
Renan, go ahead.
Were we not going to mention the fact that as soon as we walked through the veil, the creepy face thing was there?
Well, I mean, nobody else saw it. It was one of those things that happened while you guys were entering into the village. just kind of like a
It's one
background
of those
thing.
dramatic irony things.
Mhm.
Yeah, as a dramatic moment for dramaticness.
Do that.
So, can I go up to? They're all like we're in the like commons center outside.
At the moment, Vienne is not with you guys or with them. It's just Sol, and he has a couple of like woven baskets that are being used
I will go
to carry
up to
these things.
Soul.
Okay.
Hey, Soul. I have a question.
Okay.
Was there a specific place that you had to do this, or where was this going to take place, and how, when?
Oh, this was a question for me. Oh, okay. Thought you were just making a statement that you had a question. Okay. Are you talking about the plant? What are you talking about?
Talking about for the ritual.
Oh.
You were going to
Yeah.
help with the ritual, right?
Yes. There it is. Probably going to be at the same place where we did the ceremony for North.
Where was that at?
It was in the what's it called? That circle thingy.
Her little den. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Inside
Are you worried?
her spot, inside her place, I guess.
Okay. And then afterwards, we're free to go back to our little area.
Well, I would imagine that you would probably need some help. I think you would probably be a little bit unable to move well.
Yeah.
So can you turn
I have
up
a question.
your volume a little bit? Or just move it a little closer if you can. There you go. That works.
I was really tempted to do the cough, but I decided not to.
5 health points. Go on.
Is this better?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So can I make a request? And actually, I'll like whisper, like just only you can hear this. I have a small request.
So bend down. Yes.
So when you do this, do you think you could leave this and I'll like pull my little robes down and there's a giant scar that's almost like keloid, I want to say, probably a little bit, but it's pretty big and it's very obvious if it's not covered. But do you think you could keep that? I know it's weird, but
Does it mean something to you?
well, this is where Amaranth did what she did, and it kind of serves, like an arcane focus, but think of it like an anger focus, or it helps keep me focused on ending her.
Okay, so it's like a memory that drives you for revenge. I get it.
That, yes, better spoken than I could. Wow, I am nervous.
Yeah, you look like you're really nervous right now. Are you afraid
Yep.
to die?
I just pat Soul on the back, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head this way.
Okay, but I will let her know that for your request.
And I'll head back to my little hovel thing and get ready, and then
Hey,
go find
Kindred,
Sandra.
wait.
Yeah.
You don't want to take a minute to savor the fact that we beat 2 druids at collecting herbs or berries or whatever in their own forest?
I want to, but a part of me is I don't want to brag. It's like, you don't want to piss off the waiter as he brings you your food.
Okay, yeah, I understand.
After I get across my new body, then we could, maybe brag a little bit. But yes.
All right. North, you have been in the process of gathering clay, very specifically a very pure and clean clay for the day. But now that this has been done earlier on, and you have returned back to the village, was there anything that you wanted to do or go or be like at during the rest of the day?
What are the local shenanigans happening right now?
Well, everybody had kind of like disappeared for a little bit. For the most part, they kind of had gone on a scavenger hunt to gather things, and now everyone's kind of back in the village. So you had kind of spent a lot of the time just kind of processing things that had happened before. But I just didn't know if there was anything you wanted to do particularly.
Not really.
Okay.
Can't think of anything.
Alrighty. Galil and Renan, once you guys have returned back to the village, anything you guys wanted to do? You guys are the worst.
Nope, we're done.
They both shook their head at the same time. I love it. Okay,
They
cool.
complete each other's non-sentences.
Perfect. Then as you guys are kind of relaxing,
I will feed you to a rock.
as you guys have
I'm sure we're smiting some friends.
yeah, I'm sure. As you have returned back, Sonder, you find that everybody is kind of gathering their things together, and coming from her den, her hovel, you see Vianne walking towards you. And she kind of like waves to get your attention.
Yeah. How can I help you?
As she approaches, she kind of just smiles at you warmly. Make a insight check for me.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
No, you're fine.
Love how, as we're waiting, the crickets are chirping in the music.
It's a bird.
Oh, it's birds, sir.
And birds chirping.
Bird,
Whatever.
bird.
Whatever.
There's chirping. There's chirping
13,
going
18,
on.
19, 20, 22. 24.
24. She smiles up at you, but her eyes seem slightly reddened,
Uh-oh.
and they kind of have like this little glaze to them. And she like
She just got off the phone
she
with
takes-
Princess and found out that it was not as impressive as it could have been.
She grabs your arm and is like, "How about we go on that stroll that we talked about before?"
Sure. Are you okay? I know that the others beat you guys at finding that one herb, but
It was a
that didn't
sore.
get you to the...
It was a sore defeat, and I'm sure that Kindred will exact a heavy price.
Yes.
If from what I have been able to glean from the rest of you, and that personality of hers. But I will face whatever she asks with whatever braveness I can muster. And she kind of, the sarcasm there is pretty thick. But, you know, she's, you can tell she's trying to lift her spirits as well as yours. Yeah. Right. Well, we are going to miss our time frame if we dally here too much longer, shall we?
Let's. And I'll pick up an arm to have her.
Okay. She guides
As
you
she
over.
expects.
She guides you over to one of the larger trees that makes up the border wall of this village. And as she does so, she reaches out an arm or one of her hands out and runs it along the side of the tree. And you can hear her whisper to it in Sylvan. And you hear this cracking of wood, this split as the wood itself starts to splinter and move aside, creating a little gateway for you to walk into. She grabs you by the hand. Yes?
So I know I'd asked Sonder as soon as we get back if we could do the portrait. So how long have they been like walking, would you say?
Before you had been able to do the portrait thing.
Oh yeah, but like I know
just a couple of it's probably just been within a little bit of you guys returning from the pool.
Okay, so like not even 10 minutes or so yet.
Yeah.
Nothing like okay.
Yeah.
Before I walk through, I'm going to alert Iskra and Soul that if they need me, I'll be back within the hour or two.
Don't go far. It's getting dark out there.
I'll make sure. I'm in good company.
Let us know if you ever need anything too.
You turn a little bit and you can see there, because they're still within the village. And then if you're up there on the top, you can see them kind of walk, this tree kind of open up and Vianne walks in through it, pulling Sonder with her. There's this moment of like walking through it's almost like a doorway. It's not very far, and the other side is open as well. And you see, it's another forest. It almost looks like you're walking just outside into the forest. But now, as you walk out, the air around you cools dramatically. You are looking about this forest, and there is not a single trace of the spider's silk hanging from any of the woods nearby. In fact, the woods itself are slightly different than the ones you had seen before. It's a different type of forest. And you can hear from behind you, from where you just walked out, the sound of water gently crashing onto a shore. And as she still has your hand, no, it's fine. As she still has your hand, she turns back towards the tree that you had just walked out of, and you turn as well. And what lays before you here at the edge of this forest wood line is a massive lake that extends out for miles and miles. There's a rocky beach that kind of extends to either side of you, to the left and the right. Far in the distance, you can see what appears to be maybe a mountain of some sort that is partially obscured in clouds there in the, or maybe low-laying fog, there in the center of this lake. She squeezes your hand a little bit, as you then also notice that not too far off on the right hand side of this beach, there is a cliffside that kind of rises from the forest and kind of makes it makes its ledge go over the water itself. I want to call it a jetty, but I don't think that's what those are called. Maybe they are. I don't remember. But it's this large expanse of like cliff rock that kind of goes out over the water or onto the water.
Insula?
Kind of, not at that.
Outcrop?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a word for it, but it's
New Zealand?
Like a delta?
No, I'll figure it. It's New Zealand. But if you can imagine, like it's like the large cliff faces that they have in like the Mediterranean, where it just kind of juts out into the water.
Oh, like a plateau.
Kind of, but it's not terribly
archipelago?
high. Oh my god. It's fine.
Oh.
Forget it. We'll figure
It's
it
called an abrasion coast. Coast.
There
An
you go.
abrasion. Yeah.
Perforated.
Nice.
Perforated like
Ribbed?
paper? No, stop. She goes. She's like, this is the edge of the Kurth forest. What lies beyond is the lake of steam. And there, she points up to this cliffside. Up there is where the southernmost temple, southern monastery, used to be.
Used to be.
May the force be with you.
And also with you.
Oh my god, I've seen that.
Has it fallen into the ocean?
Make a perception check.
Where's my pen? 11.
11. You can see it's kind of like those where they have like the villages that have kind of been into the cliff or were built into the cliff. It kind of has remnants of that, but they have now fallen to ruin. And you can see where parts of this cliffside look like it had extended further out. And indeed, there is a mass of rubble of jutting pieces of stone, both natural and what looks like masonry and such, out of spread across a large swath of land, of the shoreline here. And she nods. It once stood here, yes. This is where my friend once lived. She guides you, or she starts walking towards the beach. Do you follow?
Have the ruins that have fallen in been occupied?
She gets to the water's edge and leans down enough to where she can kind of run her fingers over the water. There's not really any place left for safe living here, I suppose you could say. Not at least at the moment. This is far enough south to where the armies of the Cult of the Dragon still hold a large sway. Anyone caught trying to rebuild this temple at the moment would be killed on sight. If they were caught by them.
Right. Has anyone explored the ruins?
I have not brought myself to do so. I can't speak for anybody else.
It's become... Oh, sorry.
That's fine. She sits down now and, like, removing her shoes, kind of puts her feet in the water and just stares out as the sun starts to set and casts this glow across the lake itself.
Could. Of what remains. I could take you in safely.
Oh, I guarantee you, as could I. I'm not afraid of getting wet and changing my shape some. But I wanted you to feel more connected to the world than the monastery that you grew up in. I wanted you to at least have seen one of the other monasteries or where it had been. I know that you are undertaking a very dangerous quest at the moment. And I know that wherever you are going, it is very important for you to see this task done. But I don't want you to lose sight of who you were before all of this happened either.
I see
You
my
are-
mantras
You are
every
not.
morning.
Do you?
Sorry.
No, you're
Yes.
fine.
That which has guided me from since I was a child and coming to the monastery. It was nice to have come here, but I feel haunted by the ghosts of those who have lost their lives here, my own, and any other monastery that no longer stands.
Not everyone fell here. There were plenty that managed to escape.
Right.
They were spread out across the world. Just seeking a beacon, a place where they can gather once again.
Our great city would be that place.
Do you believe so?
Yes.
She leans forward onto her knees and stares out at the water. Tell me of this city.
The city is a great many things. Aside from being a place, there's also a person who has lived the life of a human, a real living soul.
She is part of the city as well?
He is the mother board of the city, the heart.
Huh.
Yeah. Kindred couldn't tell you more about how that works, but
I like the sound of the mystery behind it.
ancient technologies, I imagine, is what brings her alive.
Ancient technology, sometimes no different than the highest of magics.
I don't understand it, but when Kindred speaks that language,
I tried once upon a time. I found that the ways of nature called to me more. Me and my sister. It is part of what brought me here. To this plane, this place. The nature from where I am from is wild and chaotic. But this place has... yes. This place has a rhythm to it. And it calls me. It has called me for so many countless years. Perhaps one day I'll be able to see this city that you speak of. I have heard stories of them before in the past. I just was never really one to spend my time around a lot of civilization. Gives me the EBGBs. I was here when the monastery fell.
what are you trying to rescue? Your friend?
I was here visiting her. And the red dragons came from the sky and razed it to the ground within moments. I helped her escape. We jumped into the waters about 100 yards off that cliff when there was 100 yards of rock that extended out that direction. We both swam in opposite directions, and I don't know what happened to her after that. I am one to believe that she was smart enough to not return. But I am also one smart enough to know that she probably did. She always was one to do exactly what was right. And I cursed her for it. How could one give up your life to do what was right, instead of live on and make things right? I don't know. I'm speaking in circles. I have a lot on my mind, I suppose, and especially coming back here. As you said, it's comforting because I know the memories of this place, but it is haunting, I suppose, as well. In any case, perhaps one day you can bring your friends back here and rebuild it. Or if not, rebuild it on this city that you have.
You have the power to. It'd be amazing to see this place back to its former glory.
Indeed. Well, the sun, as you can start like setting in the distance, is starting to set.
Bahamut will will what he believes is just. When the time comes.
She reaches up and like pats your cheek a little bit. You have a beautiful faith, Sonder. Never lose sight of it. She stands from where she was sitting. Do you have some paper back at the cluster? I can mark on a map where this location is.
Yes. Yes, that would be perfect.
So you can, if ever you get the opportunity to travel, as I'm sure you are able to, provided you have, since you have a flying ship of some sort, I believe. I'm sure you will see many wonderful places before you grow too old to travel.
It's the idea. But, like your friend, sometimes creating a legacy for others to continue on is greater than your own legacy. If the power of Bahamut lives on in others and continues to grow through generations of monks, that would be worth me dying young. And I'm sure she feels the same.
Dearest, you're a baby. You still have much, much more to see and live for. Come on, let's get you back to your friends.
All right. Thank you for this.
Of course.
Can you give me a moment?
Sure.
Just going to kneel and say a quick prayer.
Alrighty.
Towards the location. Just concentrate on it, and then I'll get up and head out.
Alright. She leads you back to the tree, a massive pine that sits here. And using the same magic that she had used to get there. You guys arrive back in the village, walking through this portal of a tree. And you are back in the village. The air changes again, and it's a little more humid.
Before we Before we go
Mhm.
and leave, can I take some cloth and wrap 800 gold coins in it?
Sure.
And then I want to hide that under like a rock or a place that looks like
Hidden enough.
yeah, that I could come back to
Sure.
if needed.
Make a deposit.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a deposit at
Put
the
some
tree.
layaway on the land.
Cool. I'll leave that there.
Alrighty. So, now that Saunders frozen for all eternity once again.
Yay!
Okay,
There
there
you
we go. Okay.
Almost. Almost.
And then shoot. I wonder if I would have like no, that's fine. That'll be fine. I'll leave that. That's just,
Okay.
yeah. And that'll be it. And I'll go and head out.
Alrighty. So, as you continue into the village, let me switch this.
Just saw your comment. That's good.
Yep. You shouldn't have done it while Iskra was watching. It's gone now. There's a pirate out there in the lake
to
of
think.
steam.
Shiny to fail.
Beautiful. Okay.
Bahamut.
So, as dinner time approaches, what else? Anything else you guys are wanting to do before the evening? Go ahead, Arjun.
Just a little bit of, I guess, establishing shot kind of stuff. When they had got back to the village, initially, Arjun would have gone to go see Vienne,
Mhm.
and then she would have walked out to
Yeah.
run into him, and then he would have stepped out of that little sort of burrow house thing with that small little box, maybe about that big.
Yep.
And he would have been seen ruminating on that for a good long while.
Okay.
Probably just in the common area.
In that out in public.
You can ruminate wherever
Shame
you
in the
want
Yearwood.
to. There's no shame in the Yearwood. I need that.
Well-
I'm putting that on a slogan. No shame in the Yearwood. So much has happened in the Yearwood in the last couple of days that it's actually pretty
Yeah, considering
applicable.
the little hot tub truth or dare thing we just played, you don't get to play that card.
What happens in the Yearwood stays in the Yearwood.
It shows up in your SCD panel.
Come on.
It was just truth. There was no dare. It was
We've
just
all
truth.
done it.
It just wasn't optional.
All right.
There was no, I'm not
The
playing
dare
this.
was truth.
The dare was true.
Uno reverse.
God.
And the truth was so daring.
Alrighty. So,
I would have had one thing.
sure.
So when we got back, they're all splitting up, doing everything. I would have gone up to like the guards and asked them if it would be okay, since I'm going to be weakened, if I, set up a safe zone in our little hotel we were given.
Mm-hmm.
Just a simple barrier. Of course, you would have access as well to it if need be.
Who are you asking this to?
If I saw Vienne busy, but like her two guards that kind of were like her right and left. If I see them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
They'd be kind of curious, and the guys would be like, "What do you mean a barrier?"
Well, more it's a safe zone of protection, just because last time I had a rather ritualistic magic cast, my track record's not been so great with my body. It just helps me feel better about myself, and you're welcome to watch if you want.
they kind of look around at the area and just like, you're in the safest place you can be within the Yarwood. You know that, right?
That's whenever you least expect it. And not blaming you or saying y'all, it's just that's where the cuts hurt the most, is when you least expect it.
If
Did you freeze? Oh.
If you so feel that that's necessary, then
Thank you.
But I guarantee you, there's nothing's going to happen. You'll be fine.
Hey, you're right. And if so, eat my own words. But let's hope you're right. And so then I will spend 10 minutes casting around a area 2,500 feet as I take my scimitar and I start ritualistic casting as I walk around the perimeter and everything around in the little hovel with it, guards and wards. A level 6 abjuration spell.
Guards and wards.
Good luck reading that one. And I will set anyone in our party granted access as well as the 2 guards that I beseeched and the little girls and Ardrin.
Which one are you doing?
All of them. It lets me do all of them.
Okay. I would say, as you start doing this, they're gonna step in and be like, "You are causing more of a commotion than we had. I thought you were meant to just like put up a barrier in your room, not redesign a whole dungeon for."
It's just in my little because it's just us in our hotel-ish thing, right?
No. No, there are others.
Like outside of our party?
Yes. Some of the people that are staying have been rescued. And it's not like an expansive tunnel system either. It's kind of like a main room that sits on the surface, and then it kind of goes down and then separates into like little bedrooms.
That's all I need. No.
He can shape it in the way he desires, though.
Yeah.
So then specify what it is that you're doing.
Well, and I walk through the entire perimeter of the. I keep calling it a hotel.
Yeah.
And in throughout all the doors, and I just kind of tap on each door as I walk by it.
No doors. There are curtains that close off the space.
That will work as a door.
Okay.
And anyone that I know in our party would have permission to come in and out. Like the rescuers that we are there with us staying in there.
Okay.
So those people have free access to come in and out and aren't affected by any of it, but anyone else does.
Okay. All right.
So what you're saying is they're going to blow up the cleaning lady.
There's a sign that says no trespassing. And do not enter the things on the door. No.
Housekeeping.
Oh no.
Mr. Superman's not here.
Alrighty. So, good lord.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Good luck getting through that.
I'm still gonna say that they are going to insist that you do not. Once they start seeing the effects that you are causing.
Wait, what happens when somebody
like,
does touch it that's not supposed to?
Read the spell. Reroll.
Why don't you tell
That's
us?
even if shit. Okay. If there's corridors, it fills with fog, and any chance they go to a place where they can choose a direction, they have a 50% chance of thinking they're going the opposite direction. Any doors all become magically locked.
Oh.
And I give the illusion of the no doors being there where there are doors, and doors appearing where there aren't doors. Any stairs are filled with webs, and if they're burnt down, they regrow in 10 minutes. And I get other spell effects as I so choose, and it lasts for 24 hours.
You are literally making this into your own dungeon. It is wild.
Pan's a labyrinth.
Yeah,
Pan's Labyrinth.
I mean, yep.
Okay.
For those that aren't welcome,
Kindred's a labyrinth.
we are welcome. So it's
So
all
it's
right.
it's just the party.
It's like Jujutsu Kaisen. He's making his domain.
Party,
Yeah.
the party, and the people we
And
saved.
anyone staying in there, as well as Vienne and then her 2 guards, and anyone else that they would deem necessary to have authority. Like, I would trust
All the spiders.
all the spiders.
I was like, well, that's a lot of spiders. Okay, anyway. Alrighty. Cool.
They'll let the spiders out.
This is an oddly specific
I know.
setup.
This is a spell made for me.
That's fine. All right, so
You can make it permanent if he casts it once every day for
for
a year.
a year.
30 days? A year?
Mm-hmm.
For
It
a
becomes
year.
permanent.
Mm,
And Dispel Magic only displaces 1 effect, and then it comes back.
Yeah,
One effect.
one
That's
effect.
pretty wild. Okay, so you start
What effect?
casting this. They start saying no, don't, and then you're just gonna do it anyway.
Fine crown molding.
What?
Fine crown molding.
Oh.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
It was reminded.
Yeah.
So, like, am I far enough into it where, like, the spell slot is wasted if I stop this?
Probably.
If it's a 10-minute cast, so, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
this is probably like 5 minutes, and as they're realizing that this is going a lot more elaborate than they had initially anticipated, and they're just like, I don't think this is wise.
if I
Like, can you not?
Yeah. Like, it's like, I'm gonna cast a greater remodeling on your home. But I mean, you can either continue with it, but they're like saying that they're kind of freaking out now that Vianne's not around, and then you're just going through changing all this stuff. They were just like, oh yeah, sure, you can change the doors or whatever, put up a ward, but then this is a lot more elaborate than they were
it would
initially
just see
anticipated.
the effects, but then it would disappear because they wouldn't be stuck by the effects, so they would see them, but it would still appear normal to them.
That it's more of the intensity of the
magic and
magic
effect?
that's yes.
Okay.
They're just now feeling uncomfortable with it, but you can continue to do so if you so wish.
Fucking bastards. If I'm like at 5 minutes and it doesn't waste the spell slot that I think yet, I will pull back.
No, that would say that probably. I mean, well, you're casting it ritually, right?
Well, it's not a ritual. It's it's a 10-minute
Oh.
cast.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it. I was like, you're
Yeah.
fine. What do you mean? Oh,
No,
okay.
it's even if it's not a ritual. It's 10 minutes casting no matter what.
And last for 1 day.
Alrighty, cool. I mean, they're not gonna fight you on it. They're just like now, kind of like, oh god, what have we said yes to, kind of thing.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Alrighty.
Once I get back, I'll head towards Kindred's Way.
Okay. Vianne is gonna go to her abode as she is going to get things ready.
I am going to go check because you said the wood should be back at the ship.
By
now?
this evening, yeah.
And dinner should have been somewhere around when we got back.
Yeah, dinner's about to happen here shortly.
Damn it,
Or wait
Graham.
until after dinner. Before I
Alright.
go to
Okay.
wood.
Gonna go
Sure.
pick up Oreo from the airship with Illy and
Okay.
Sparrow and Greco. Then I'm
Alright.
gonna come back.
Okay. Going to back to the ship. As now the sun is starting to set a little bit, you can see the little fairy lights are starting to like dance out amongst the trees. Oh, let's see here. Whoosh.
I don't know what that got me so much, Graham. Like,
Graham has that effect on people. Yep.
I have very few skills, and that's not even one of them.
Grand Slam.
The Grand Slam. Oh, you've been Grand Slammed? Oh no. Okay, so once you do get back to the ship, Galil, you do see that there is one of the largest stumps you have ever seen placed on the bow of the ship, wrapped almost like it's saran wrapped in spider silk that is still partially hanging from like these trees above. Illy like gets up on the ship and immediately stops dead in her tracks and just like mouth open, like twig like falls from her mouth.
What the is that?
I have no idea. You want me to get rid of it for you, though?
She's just staring at it. The two boys are just like, they both have this mixture of like horrified wonder, I guess is the best way to describe it, as they see this giant webbed, like spider web wrapped tree trunk, like stump that has been placed on the bow of the ship, and they're just like, "What is it?"
You want me to get rid of it for you?
Well, is it here on purpose?
I don't know.
Elena like starts walking towards it very cautiously and is like looking. I mean, and for her, it's like she's like looking up at this thing. She's like,
I just don't understand where they would have gotten such a big piece of wood from, like, around here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's massive, and this is even coming from me.
Real hot girl shit.
Is Illy used to big wood being on her ship?
I mean, her ship's made out of wood, so you know she's used to large planks.
Large planks of
At least I broke Graham.
Oh, I'm so pleased that you were the one that said it.
I mean, I'm assuming that this is probably here on purpose. I don't want to, piss off whatever spider gods gave us this gift. I just don't know what we're gonna fucking do with it.
I mean, we could chop it up and use it as firewood.
I just had a whole picture of Renan sitting there, like, looking over his back, and the wings are gone, and now it's just spider legs. Like,
No, let's talk to everybody else. Maybe someone else knows what is happening.
She's just like, she goes back to where
Pharaoh,
she
find out which one of them.
Oh, right.
Ordered this.
He gets on the little
attention, everyone with communication thing.
So there's this giant piece of wood stump wrapped in spider web that's on the ship right now, and I don't know what it's supposed to be there for. Is this supposed to happen?
Is it attacking you?
No.
It wouldn't be the first step.
I'm over here poking it with my sword.
I mean, there's a lot of trees. It's not just like a branch that fell or something.
No, this is like the giant butt of a tree that just is on the ship right now.
Trying to concentrate, and as I take my spice armor out, as I continue casting.
with a fear that they're going to try to move it off the ship, I take off.
What if we take it and push it over there?
I'm gonna cast Reduce on it.
Reduce?
What if they want
Reduce.
us to make a...
I'd hurt
Okay.
you.
What's
So-
the ship?
Hey,
called?
Galil doesn't know that you ordered it, so
Yeah, but you're not waiting for a response on what's going on.
I don't have
If
one,
Galil
so I don't
You're
never
know.
right, but
waits.
you told her to ask.
Yeah,
We'll
this
never
is
wait.
just this is the boy. Yeah, he's just like, I don't know. So Kindred said she was concentrating. Iskra asked if it was just a twig or a branch that fell. I don't think this fell onto the ship though. I'm just kind of looking up at it in
Do they
wonder.
want us
Renan
to have,
responded
like,
with, "I'm on my way."
a big piece of wood for a figurehead?
Oh, Galil, wait. I think it's so. I think it like your hand's like just about to finish casting the spell. He's like, North said something about a figurine thing.
This big?
He shrugs his tiny gnome boy
How long will it
shoulders.
take for me to fly to the ship?
I don't know, like 45 seconds. I have no idea what your flight. Your
She's
flight
still-
speed is like ridiculously fast. So
Is he still broadcasting?
About twice as much as my walk.
yeah, because you. Yeah, I mean it was like a 5-minute walk. So we'll say like it's only a couple minutes.
Was Sparrow still broadcasting?
He's kind of going back and forth.
Mm.
But Giliel, he's like, I think it's here on purpose. Let's wait. I think Renan's coming.
I'm gonna hold off on the spell then.
Do it.
If it's not any of theirs, I'm gonna toss it then.
It's out. La voy a tirar.
Trojan horse stump.
Trojan horse stump, right? Yeah, here's a stump, and it's just filled with spiders.
So I'm going to make a perception check as I'm going, like, coming around.
What's wrong?
Where I'll be able to see everything going on.
Okay.
That is a 19.
Yeah, as you're flying there, you're just trying to see what
Like who else on the deck? What's going on?
Oh yeah, I would assume you probably saw Galil, Illy, and the boys head back to the ship. So you see the Illy is kind of like moved off and is just kind of shaking her head, muttering, just going, "Oh my god!" And then Galil and the two boys are still kind of like walking around, and it takes up most of the space of the front of the ship. Like it's there.
Good size. All right.
Yeah.
With that stealth check.
A stealth check? Are you trying to fly in quietly? Sure. More shenanigans. I can already feel it in my bones.
But it should be a disadvantage because you told them you're on your way, so they're looking out for you.
That is also true.
How much does Galil actually care?
Also true.
That is also true.
Be glad that you're saying disadvantage because that was a natural 20. That's a 22.
Yeah, either way, you're pretty. You're
So
quick.
shall
and
I do
quiet.
perception?
If
What have I done?
you want to kind of like listen
Okay.
out for it.
I changed them.
21.
Nice.
With that,
blind.
I'll come from above, like trying to go almost directly above Galil, and I'm gonna drop down behind him
Okay.
and just land behind him. You found my wood.
Land behind them.
RKO.
Now I'm looking. Now I walk past Galil and I look at the
Stream
stump.
now.
Huh? And I'm looking at the stump. My goodness, they weren't kidding. It is pretty big. Good goals.
Oh wow. Sorry, it's thundering like crazy outside.
Surprise!
Renan.
Thunderstorm.
Boomer.
Anyway,
So this is yours?
yeah, I didn't expect it to be quite this size, though. But it'll certainly work.
What's it
Wonder
for?
if- Oh, well, I want to make a figurehead for the ship in the general likeness of Hirsonos.
And you didn't ask Illy?
Well,
I'm
Mhm.
out of here. This is
It's gonna
between
weigh down
you
our
two
ship and
then.
make us
Good luck.
slow. Mm.
not once
And I
it's
just
shaved.
head off to go find Oreo.
Okay. You can basically summon Oreo wherever.
with
I know.
with
yeah,
that
I'm just
thought,
trying to get out of this situation.
yeah,
Or
with
Illy
that
just
thought,
demolishes
suddenly
him.
this aching feeling of fear is like sinking in. Like
the
oh.
dread of like, oh no, I have to talk to Illy. It's like when you have to ask your parents, you gotta go if you can go out over the weekend.
Now I have to go ask for forgiveness and permission. With that, I'm gonna go look for Illy.
Come on, Sparrow and Greckle.
We're gonna walk from a safe distance behind
Yeah.
glass, behind out of the splash zone. Yeah, Illy is just she's back up in the captain's thing, kind of checking in the bridge, checking things out.
So, how long does it probably take me to find her?
Oh, not long at all.
So I walk in like legitimately doing this, like.
She's just like, she's like looking over some papers and maps and things, and hearing you enter, there's the briefest moment of her looking up and then going back down. What do you want?
What do you want from me?
About the stump.
Oh, that's your stump.
Yeah, about that. So I didn't think when I was coming up with a particular strategy of mine to come and talk to you about something that I can do if you'd allow me to make a figurehead for the ship.
Why?
Well, on worlds where Hirsonos has a greater...
Is this gonna be a long story? Because, you know, I got things to do.
Try to make it fast.
She like looks down at like the one map that's in front of her. Just like absent-mindedly playing with like a protractor or whatever.
On worlds where Hirsonos has a greater influence, I have had more powers than I do at the present moment. And I recently was able to gain access to one of them. I can feel presence again. Essentially, it allows me to set up a sanctuary of sorts, a place where this spell can allow me and a number of other individuals to instantly port back that place. But it has to have symbolism of that god, of my gods, in order to send us back. And Hirsonos doesn't have temples.
How big are we talking here? I mean, you've got enough wood out there to make, I don't know, like 7,000 chopsticks.
Well, if we ever go back to Japan, then we'll be set. That being said, I was also hoping to talk to the druids to see if we could get some work with shaping it. We would hopefully be able to shape it within a couple days to where it's faceted well enough that I can...
How about we try and ask our lovely spider friends, is they able to bring the freaking thing on top of the ship, if they can take it to the bottom of the ship where the cargo section is. You can stick it in there, and then you can take however long you want to carve it away. You know, I'll get you a little like shaving kit or whatever you need. You just whittle it or something.
Well, yeah, that'll do, I suppose.
I'm gonna give you a list of specifics. It can't go bigger than this. It can't go heavier than this. Otherwise, you're gonna be the one trying to flap your little pretty wings, trying to keep us up in the air. You hear me?
Fair enough.
Excellent. Now that I've heard all of this lovely story and now have to worry about extra things, I'm going to get back to work trying to figure out where the fuck we're gonna go next.
Enough. Is there going to be room in the hold with the horses?
You see the light go up, the light bulb go ping.
Oh no, we have horses. I forgot.
They're dead.
Well, guess you got to figure out what you want more, horses or your god. I've got a map to figure it out.
Goddamn horses.
Fair point.
The driest delivery I've ever heard you make.
And with that, she like starts going back to work on whatever she's doing.
As I'm
Obviously
walking,
done with her conversation.
yeah, as I'm walking out of the cabin, I'm just like, Kindred, I have a favor to ask of you.
I took that spy's murmur out.
That
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I don't know that.
I know,
Yeah.
but I'm letting you know that you don't get a response because it took the
Oh.
spy's murmur out.
That's sad.
Oh no.
Nope. You're gonna broadcast that?
I was just trying to contact Kindred, and he didn't respond. So
I'm sure what could possibly go wrong. It's all right. You can go back and talk to Kindred in person like a normal person.
true. I am gonna go to look for Vienne though.
Dan Fangle texting all the time.
All right. So you go back to the village. Cool. Galil, what are you doing?
I got Oreo, and I'm bringing Sparrow and Crackle, and we're just gonna go back to the village to eat.
Just wait for the mushroom cloud.
All right, heading back to the village. Iskra, what are you doing? As the sun is now setting.
By the way, I gotta go for a sec. I'll be back in like a minute.
You're good. Yeah. It's fine.
Arjun, are you ruminating about this box in public, like out near where everybody is? Or
Yeah, he's
is
kind of just got it under his arm, like someone like carrying a book almost, and he's just kind of. He looks a little lost in thought. He looks like he could be sad, but he's not hiding it. Or concerned. He's just definitely lost on a weird track at the moment.
I'll head over your direction, kind of motion towards the box under your arm, like gifts or someone.
It takes him a second to kind of just realize that someone sat down next to him. He kind of just like he's been staring off into space, and he looks down at his gift for me apparently. Not really sure how I'm feeling about it at the moment.
Normally I wouldn't pry, but it's a literal box. It seems like the perfect time to pry.
I suppose you're not wrong with that. It's gonna kind of just move the box, and he'll like lift the lid, and in it you will see a circlet that I think Aaron had a description for that I can't remember off the top of my head.
So this circlet, the inside of this box, instead of it being like when you know in like a jewelry box that has like the very velvety kind of inlay in it, this is moss on the inside. And the box itself is extremely well carved, but the inside is a soft moss, and in it is laid this little circlet that is made of carved wood. It's like smooth to this almost like this insanely smooth finish, wrapped with what looks like twigs of various kinds that kind of like bend and create these like intricate braided knots. And they are wrapped around with very fine spider web. It's just like how like it binds it in certain places. It's just like wrapped around with this very fine silvery looking thread.
Oh, well, that's nice. You getting married or secretly royalty?
You might have seen Vienne wearing it around at one point.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
She wants me to use this during the little ritual we're going to do for your friend Kindred. And I don't know why.
Well, you trust Vienne, right? I'd say actually earnestly asking.
With My life and yours, yes. Doesn't mean I can't be concerned about what happens after. I trust her to do what's best for everyone else, not always for herself.
Oh.
Hmm.
Well, that is serious then.
You know, I've spent most of my life being wrong about one thing or another, and I really want to be again right now. You could do me one small favor. Just watch out for her if something goes weird. I don't know what. I don't sit in for these kinds of things. Magic is a little beyond my understanding. That isn't just, gifted to me. So, I'm not even really sure what I'm asking.
When he says, just watch out for her, I get a little flash of the Aliquin situation and a couple other moments in my head. Like, yeah, of course.
He's gonna close the box and he's gonna try and shake it off. I'm not even gonna pretend that he does it well. So that thing back at the swimming hole, is that kind of thing normal for you people, or is that a bit of a one-off?
I think we've actually forcibly had ourselves tell the truth to each other a couple times recently. The nudity's new, though.
And I ain't upset about it. I just want to kind of know what the hell. That's actually kind of nice to see people taking an initiative to have some truthful conversations with each other.
I think a lot of us are pretty guarded by nature. What with this war with they and the different places we come from. So, sometimes it takes a little bit extra to make ourselves open up.
Well, maybe it'll serve you well if you keep doing it.
We seem dysfunctional, but they're pretty good at what they do. I mean, we've gotten this far anyway, which I don't know what, in a month we've fought a lich and survived, fought a dragon that's now dead. The dragon's scary master also dead. I have mixed feelings about that.
Rewind a tiny bit. You killed a dragon, and you're very blasé about the whole affair.
Well, I mean, I don't really know about power levels or things like that around here. It was big, it was scary, didn't last very long. So, we just do what we have to do and keep going. I don't really like to focus on the past or the future.
Yeah, fair enough. How are you feeling about your next steps?
I'm not sure we have one. We still have to figure out where this graveyard is, which seems like a gargantuan task. Maybe if we all split up and we assumed fake identities for a few years, work our way in to Thayan society, and one of us will figure out an answer, and we can find a way to get a message out. And which, I mean, if the whole world isn't conquered by then, we have a chance. And if it is, then I guess we're starting from beneath square one. But, at least we're trying. That's the best I can come up with right now.
I suppose I have to ask, if you were some professionally undead sumbitch, and you had to store the source of your continued unlife somewhere that is the safest place it can be. One would think that that is either the Thayan capital itself, which would be the most protected place in their little empire of bullshit.
Right, like in a vault, underneath a bank, inside a castle.
Or some place so unprotected that no one would ever think to look there.
Also true.
Or...
but still accessible.
Well, that's my next theory. Could that even be on another plane?
I don't know. We'd have to ask Kindred if they can even do that.
Something to ask, anyways.
Although, that would complicate things. But I don't know. Maybe there's a way to get a lock on this. Like, we've fought Amaranth once, and Kindred collects tokens from our enemies. So maybe if we can track her down, we can track down the rest. She has to regenerate somewhere, right? So if we do that fast, Amaranth, by the way, was the lich that we fought. I wasn't there personally when it all went down.
Well, if you can track that one down, kill her again, and then keep, I don't know, scrying on her to see where she respawns, might be a good, plan.
I don't know if we'll get that lucky 2 times in a row.
Well, you say that, but your track record in the time I have known you involves Deus Ex Goat, airship, couple of winged boys, and it's just I think you got a few more things in your cards than you might be willing to admit.
Could be. Where's North at right now?
I don't know. Where is North at right now?
Well, after was I in the village first whenever we came back, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned that I would have walked back to the ship with some others. Maybe saw Renan flying by. I was just kind of casually walking because
I was gonna say you probably are somewhere around the village. Yeah, just because it's getting close to dinner time, so I would imagine that you.
I mean, I was gonna go try to find Captain Ellie.
Okay. All right, so maybe back at the ship then.
Mm-hmm.
So I glance around a little bit, looking for North.
Are they on the ship?
Shrug.
They currently no, they're at the village.
Oh, okay.
The only one that would
commons
be,
area, I believe.
Yeah, the only one on the ship at the moment would probably still be either just Renan and Illy or just Illy, because Galil went back to the village with the boys.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't need to eat, so yeah, I'd definitely just go find Illy.
Okay. All right. Iskra, anything else you want to do while you were there?
Well, your plan sounds a lot quicker than mine. If a little more dangerous.
Oh, I don't know. Spending years behind enemy lines. Yeah, cakewalk. I'm not saying it's a good plan. I'm just saying it's a plan.
Hey, that's something. What about you, Fanch? What do you think?
How dare you? Fanch is busy right now getting dinner together. Thank you very much.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for her, you can find her with the rest of the I don't want to say prisoners because they're not prisoners, but the refugees that are kind of helping.
Refugis?
Yeah, the Fujis. They are
The
bringing
Refugi.
out the Refugi. They are bringing out, the giant cauldron to kind of cook the stew over the campfire that is now kind of making a nice little brighter spot here in the center as the darkness kind of falls around in the forest.
I have to wonder if Yen is going to consider all of us as a collective the winners of the bet, or just the initial instigators. I'd hate for you to be left out and all of them.
So by this point, I kind of finished with my spell. I'd be kind of coming up upon them like, hey guys, what are y'all up to?
Just discussing the exact parameters of your little bet / scam that you just pulled off.
It's not a scam if I didn't plan on it. I just got lucky.
Excuse me,
We all got lucky.
I like kind
We all,
of.
no, we all got lucky on that one. Yeah.
So you just gonna like set up a little kissing booth for you to just sort of collect on at this point, because there's a lot of people apparently.
I look around like, what? Huh?
Am I the player misremembering what that bet was? Because it's something to do with collecting kisses.
No,
I just wanted a simple kiss on the cheek from Sol and Iskra. When it was just going to be us three. At least that was my intention.
Now, everyone's getting kisses.
Right? Oh gosh, just let me put on my lipstick.
Isn't that how mono happens?
Isn't that how mono happened?
One thing did escape from the year with that year.
Oh no.
Like I said, whatever happens to the yearwood shows up on your STD panel.
Ow.
Okay. In that
But
case.
It's okay. She's on prep.
Oh no. All right. So
I got my prep spare slots.
So
I
Whatever you do, don't come to Texas.
anyway, it's great.
yes.
Would you do one simple thing with me really quick?
Yeah, it's worked out so far. What do you got in mind?
Well, I don't want to just go become me and then the girls never see what they thought was me ever again. I want to prepare them for that. Right? You're old enough.
Well, one of them was just a rat.
I
So
just don't want them to think that I left them and them not know it's really me. And I just want you there with me. That way they see someone that went through it with them.
that does make sense.
Okay.
Sure.
So I'll just, we'll go up to both little girls and I just bring them in, So I want to tell y'all something. You know how your sister was a rat, but she really wasn't a rat?
Yeah.
Well, the kind of same things happened to me. I look like this now, but it's not who I really am.
Okay.
And I think we're going to change that tonight.
You're gonna be a rat?
No, not quite. I'm going to look like this. And I'll kind of just go. And then I'll change back to my normal male elven self. This is what I really look like. And I just wanted to show you first.
You just went full on glamour from the craft.
Mm-hmm.
The whole entire.
Yeah.
He's sorry.
The girls both kind of like their eyes.
Is this magic?
It's real. No.
It's L'Oreal.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Oh, God. Can we go on break on that? Can we end it on that one?
Yeah.
Shit!
Okay. She's just the eldest, Abby. She's just like,
Abby.
So if you're are you a wizard?
I am.
You can just
Very
like
good one.
change whenever you want.
Well, there's some rules, but kind of, sort of.
What if I want to turn people into rats?
Well,
Do I have to be
why-
a wizard for that?
it would help. But why do you want to turn people into rats? For good or for bad?
My sister's really annoying.
We just
You
met
know.
we just met the equivalent of like Tom Riddle, soon to become Voldemort.
Oh,
Are you a good witch or a bad bitch?
My sister's new name is Horcrux.
Oh my
Edward.
goodness.
Edward.
She's like, oh no, it might be fun.
Well, I might can teach you one day if you promise you're not going to use it for bad things, like the people did to your sister.
What if I do it to the people who did it to my sister?
Then that makes you just as bad as them.
Why is magic so complicated?
Because then everyone would do it.
Okay.
And I'll change back to female.
Iskra stops
Kindred.
yourself from endorsing vengeance. What?
And then I'll just kind of like lean down and like kiss them both on the
Achievement
forehead.
unlocked. Change kindred.
Right?
I hear the lightning now.
Shut up.
Or Renee.
But yeah.
Wow.
And then we'll go get ready for dinner.
Okay. Dinner is served. You guys gather around and School of Vengeance Wizard. Yeah. I think those are just Sith Lords, but yes. So
Love L'Oreal.
Love Lord.
Darth Abius.
Yeah.
I think you handled that well, Kindred.
Wow.
I would want to know. And I figured that was the easiest way to explain it.
Alrighty. Dinner is served. You guys gather around with the rest of the refugees. A nice hearty chili is served. Spicy enough to where it kind of cleanses the nostrils a little bit, but not enough to where it like leaves a
anything else?
lingering.
It's not like your Mexican dad. He's sweating. He's like, it's not hot.
Yeah. It's not that bad where you can't taste the food afterwards, but it's definitely like a kick in the face.
Oh,
Well, not literally.
that's dark, Ash. No.
I didn't say it was fiberglass. Okay, so
Wow.
that's a reference from another one
Another
shot.
reference, yeah.
Yeah, a reference within a reference. But the dinner is served. A quiet meal is had. There is this air of excitement, anticipation. Vianne comes out about halfway through the meal from her abode. She's changed into her own silkies now.
That's a chicken.
And she sits over amongst you all and doesn't say anything. Just kind of sits with you and enjoys the conversation that is to be had amongst everyone. Just kind of enjoying the feeling of being around people. There's laughter. There's good times being had. When things start finally dying down a little bit, she turns and leans over to Kindred. Are you ready?
Well, I guess now's good as time as any. I just want to. It's getting late-ish in the night, right?
It's probably about like 8.
Like a little girl's bedtime.
8:30. Yeah.
Ooh, I hear it now.
Yeah, I know. When I said it, it thundered over here, and I was like, "Ooh."
Garth?
Yeah, it's raining hard outside.
Nice.
I think we all we're not too far from each other. Soul,
Yeah.
Aaron, and we all heard it.
This is perfect. So
I'll go put the girls to bed, and
North.
let me put them to bed, and where do I meet you at?
meet me in my den. I will have Soul bring you. He will be assisting me with the ritual. Adrian will be standing watch. Is there
fetching water.
Is there anyone else you wish to be there?
Is there a limit or just one person?
I would say no. There is not a limit, but I wouldn't suggest too many. It will be a challenging ritual.
Understood. I'll see you there within the hour.
She places a hand on your shoulder and squeezes. And then gets up and walks to her den.
It's because Soul's been creepy and is kind of got me scared shitless. Can I just do an inside check on her real quick, just to like, for my nerves?
Sure.
Natural 20. Insight says it doesn't help.
Oh, 8-ball.
There's no tea in here. There's just the sipping noise.
Oh yeah, there is it.
Okay.
The 8-ball.
It's gross. Yeah, 20. So I think it's 22.
Well, both. I'm laughing at you because that 20, but then I also asked the 8-ball, will it help? And the 8-ball says 9.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Who's the oracle in the party now?
Nah,
mate.
There's 2
Nah,
no's.
mate.
Dang
So
it.
yeah, 22.
Her presence with you this whole time has been heavy.
It's that time of the season.
Something
Definitely synced up.
Something is weighing on her mind. And it's been ever since you've been back. After the exchange of like you win kind of thing. It's just like something has been bothering her. But it's not a malicious kind of, there's just something that weighs on her mind. She's
I was
distracted.
about to say, yes, you're about to let her play with all your essence, and you just beat her at a nature competition.
I didn't rub it in.
You did not? All right.
It's
And
very
on that
mature.
note, we're going to go to break. And we will return in a couple minutes to see where...
L'Oreal takes me.
Yeah, only if you bring me one, Sonder. Just saying, you know,
Sonder, that'd
bring
be
it for the
great.
class. All right, we'll be back in a couple minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere.
explosion due to carelessness of a friend, then it would be alright.
Just remember the pie episode?
We're not on break. This is just the game now.
What was that? What was that quote he said? He said something like, "That's not a it's a rock."
That's not a boulder. It's a rock.
Pioneers used to drive these babies for miles.
This is not your average everyday darkness. This is advanced darkness.
I got clubs for my glove action figure.
This is advanced darkness.
Patrick, do you have 25 cents? You take my other pocket.
Holographic meatloaf. My
Oh
favorite.
no, it's Doodle Bob. Oh, where's my
I'm the Flying
This is the worst excuse of a Flying Dutchman costume I've ever seen. It'll grow back.
Have any of you seen SpongeBob? I'm ready. No, you ain't.
We do the sponge. It's the sponge.
I'll take the old picture of the phone.
Yes, the instructional video.
No! That's literally the thing I hear every time I'm in a drive-thru and I'm waiting for my food. Just getting up to the window. Just
And now, the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Well, they're giving me great ideas. I want to make that command for my stream where it'll play a random clip, audio clip.
You do the dolphin noise. It's a sentence enhancer.
Once upon a time, there was an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. At the end.
Oh, geez, Patrick. No, the Luna's left. He sunk back into there.
Wow. You don't need a license to drive a sandwich.
I thought you were trying to be the Joker there for a second.
Why?
Oh yeah, my voice went a little deeper.
I'm just a dog chasing cars.
Oh my god.
We got a family friend.
I love you guys.
That smelly smell. That smells like the smell of smells.
Welcome
Money.
back, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this special behind the scenes of Game of Santos does SpongeBob episode of intermissions. That was amazing. I was like,
Schmeaker Werberman Jensen. He was
Number one.
I
take your order.
Oh my goodness.
We like to have
So
fun
much
with each
later
other.
that the old narrator got tired of waiting. They had to hire a new one.
Fun.
We like to have fun
Data.
together because we are friends.
Iskra, my Lin Bei Fong is showing.
F is for
Your
friends
Lin
who
Bei
do
Fong
stuff
is showing.
together.
U is for uranium bombs.
Bobs.
And it is for no survive. When you.
Why did Galil jump on the beat? He was like, "And is there no survivor?"
Because
I get the
he just.
impression Kindred is delaying the inevitable at this point.
This is exactly what.
See, 50% weed.
Yeah.
I also love that everybody in the audience was going wee woo with the rest of you. So, you know, best time to wear a striped sweater. I'm Squidward. He's Squidward.
The best
all the
time to
time.
wear a striped sweater. Lashes.
How do you want me to say that, Shelby? How Smitty Werbenjäger Jensen?
Werbenjäger Jensen.
Smitty.
What did I come back to?
Wait, did you have it so they could hear us?
Yeah, I did. I was like,
Nice.
I typed in there. I was like, you guys need to hear this because it's amazing. So I just turned on the background audio so that they could hear.
You said it to Wumbo.
It's Leif Erikson Day. Hinga dinga dorgan.
Yep.
Sleep Erickson Day. Hinga Jinga Jordan.
No, it's for
Oh.
the customer.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Pretty patties. If somebody from the chat would be so kind as
Nope.
that would be great.
He was number one.
Well, I mean,
Instead
apparently
of
Galil
likeness
knows where
of
you
Harrison
live,
knows,
so-
can we just shave the wood into SpongeBob?
There you go. Hold
That's
on.
our true deity.
Okay, everyone is where they're supposed to be now.
I'm
Because
a
for
good
whatever
noodle.
it moved for a second. Okay, so here we go. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm like not centered.
Come on, goofy goobers.
You're not centered. Oh yeah, you're
You're
not.
a goofy goober.
Hold on, you can fix that. Look at that.
Bye, Squidward.
All right. So, Kindred, you go and take the girls and put them to sleepies, to go mimis. As they lay in their little nestled blanket nests that have been made for them. The littlest one, Nina, looking very sleepy and tired.
So in the morning, are you not gonna be a hobgoblin anymore?
Hemoglobin.
No, but I can still be one from now and then if you want me to be.
It's okay.
No.
You don't have to.
She reaches up a tiny little hand and pats your cheek.
Have
Hold it
fun.
right there for a second and then just tuck them in and then tuck in their little stuffed spider ponies with them.
That was so fast. We had stuffed spider ponies now within 24
Now
hours.
available as merch.
It's just someone quick crocheted a bunch of.
I'm the one to do it.
This is true. This is true.
And then I'll, yep. Make sure guards and wards isn't effect for them. They're good, taken care of.
Locked and sealed away in their air pressure dorm for the next 3,000 years, never to be seen again. as you roll the giant stone tomb over the sarcophagus entrance.
I give it 3 days.
They'll be sleeping forever.
All right. And so then I will go and beseech Galil. Where are you at?
I am with Sparrow and Gretel eating dinner.
Y'all are still eating? Damn, piggies.
We like to take our time and not rush. We like to savor our food.
The boys have like stew,
Boys
chili,
are cheats
meat
and liars.
all
They're such
over.
a big disgrace.
They have it all over their face.
They got the meat sweats.
Probably they're on like second or third bowls. For little gnome boys, they eat a lot.
It's like when you go to Chamagalcha.
And I have a to-go play for Illy.
Nice. Illy would have come back. She ain't gonna miss on a hot meal.
Give me the food. Give me the food.
Right here, right here.
Yeah.
Calm down. Eat.
We know she likes
Eat.
to meat. She
Calm your
had me get her
tits.
like.
Yep. So, you guys are seated there. Iskra, you're there. Renan, I'm assuming you're there with the rest of them too.
Kindred, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
how many empty vials do you have?
It took less of that.
You just hear like a glass just ding, 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 ding. I have like 5 or 6.
Any chance I can have 2 of them?
What are they for?
First, holding a solution.
How big is it? How much do you need? I pull out a little vial, and it's can hold. Shit. A vial can hold like 6 ounces, or I have a flask that'll hold like a liter.
Yeah, I'll take 2 vials. That should do it.
Okay. Let me take them out, and you have 2 empty vials.
Okay. Renan,
Yes.
how fast can you make holy water?
In the morning?
Like, how fast in general can you make holy water?
Within minutes, I suppose. I think.
Okay, good. I need you to do me a favor and fill these 2 up for me. Please.
By when?
Just when you have time. How about that?
All right.
Retcon that. My vials are full of things, so I give you a flask, and it can hold 1 pint of liquid.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
So I'll go up to Galil and remember how I got a +1 with Amaranth?
Yeah.
You want a round 2?
I'm not gonna stick my
It would have
hands
been
back
about
in
an
you.
hour. It would have been
What?
about an hour.
Okay.
What'd you say, Glow?
I'm not gonna have to put my hands back in you, right?
I definitely hope not. I really hope not. But you prove that you could keep my ass alive, and I hope the worst comes to worst, you can do it again.
I'm down. When?
Well, I'd say you have enough time to finish the last of that steak.
Chili. Oh. We're doing this tonight.
Yeah. Well, there's bits of steak in the chili, looks like, I think. I don't know. It's kind of half on him, half in there. Like, I don't know.
Hey, good steak. These people
I'm
know
not-
how to cook.
I'm not saying it's bad, but
Why? Look at these boys. They're
I know.
actually.
Yep. They're growing.
Even Italy over there's throwing ham
I
on her.
don't even look up her because yeah.
Just like bowl meets face, and Grandma Ellie, you can just see the top of her head, just like.
Let's be able to see where the boys got their manners.
Yeah, even Oreo's been begging me for more.
Arjun, are you with us at this time at the table, or are you kind of off prepared?
Unless he has been summoned, he'll be at the table.
You're not gonna do anything funny, right? Like, we just met. Why would you?
Look at this face. You can trust this face.
Wink.
It's the
And
serial
have you
killer.
ever known Arjun to be funny?
Look,
Grandma,
big man, just because you don't have a sense of humor.
Galil's a password. Delete my browser history.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm on this called
What is
spellbooks.com.
CC, Bill?
Cancel
find
my
it.
subscriptions.
What are we
Only
doing?
wizards.
Okay.
Only wizards.
What are we doing?
Trying to just get all the laughs and everything out of my system as I'm scared shitless, and I will cast. Actually, I will cast. Where's that? God damn it. Detect magic, and just keep it up on me for a while.
You're gonna
as
do
I
what?
walk in, cast detect magic and just keep it up and on, just as I look around at things. Not trying to be like overly like hiding with it, but just kind of like just trying to take everything in.
There's a plethora of magic around you.
Yep. And so you're as we're like walking in there. So you're already there. You're walking with us.
I would
What do you
say.
think, Aaron?
I would say probably it's your call. You could be in either place, preparing or with your friends for now.
I'll be with her preparing.
Okay.
As I kind of go in and like overloaded with magical items, and I just kind of.
You want me to hold on to it again?
Yeah, I take it bag off and put it on you, but I'm dig in it and I pull out my journal and I kind of where did I rest in here? Oh, and I come up to you, Saul, and I say, I found this back at the Temple of Saloon, and I figured you might be able to use it. And I hand you a piece of paper. It's written in common.
Ooh, piece of paper.
And I'll let you look at the details of that later.
Okay.
So you can write down one cryptic message from Kindred in your inventory.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Kindred. I will read it afterwards, I suppose.
Yeah, it's for later. But just in case I'm not later.
What does that mean?
Gotten.
All right. You ready?
Think.
Ardrin, you see from the corner over at Vianne's den that she comes up from her room and nods at you that it is time.
All right, folks, that's us. You ready?
He was. God damn it, Iskra. Perfect. Chef's kiss. You ready, Kindred? Ardrin was asking you.
Oh, me? I thought you were saying. Yeah. I was still just like looking at everything, trying to take it all in, like just. Yep.
He's gonna go over to Kindred and put a hand on the shoulder and just say, "You're gonna be okay." She does this all the time.
Does?
I mean, he's gonna look over at North. I mean, done it recently. Worked out fine for him. As far as I know.
North's all, hi.
North's just
wearing a
there.
helmet year round. It's pinned to his coat.
Lifts his arm up and it falls off.
Yeah, he just...
She got that cheap clay.
Oh man!
Oh god, no!
That's so bad. But
He
I
had
love
that
it.
dollar store clay.
And canceled.
It's like duh. No.
Wait, duh. Wow. Okay.
Look, Dad, it says non-toxic.
You are taken into or towards Vianne's abode. Anything else you guys wish to say before Kindred departs?
Wait, y'all aren't coming with me?
It was on a stereo.
It's up to you.
No one ever asked me if I wanted to go.
That's
I
right.
look
'cause
at
I don't need
Vianne.
your sass.
This place underground.
Yes.
See you on the other side.
I will haunt you.
Would you like some company? Seeing as though I've recently gone through a little tester of it.
Certainly wouldn't mind it.
You say that to me or to Renan?
The Kindred.
Oh, okay. Did it hurt? Was it bad? How'd it feel?
It was amazing, to put it in respectful terms.
I feel like you're
It's
lying
going to
to
be
me.
everything yeah, nothing all at once.
It's like the pregnant woman going into labor. She's scared to death. Like, is it gonna hurt? I want all the
You're gonna
drugs.
feel the glow.
I want the epidural.
Yeah.
Get ready to glow.
Get ready to glow. So as you hear them talking about this, your mind goes to the fact that this was 2 different rituals. So they're not exactly the same. But you're just kind of like, yeah. Galil, are you staying behind or are you going with? Oh, you're going with, right?
Yeah, I'm going with.
Sonder, are you staying or are you going?
Me and the Oreo going.
I was going to assist with anything that I could, like getting water or
Okay.
fetching towels or
Go get some hot towels. It's always hot towels.
Here, a towel.
baby clothes, get those ready.
Oh no, she's
Yeah. Iskra?
Bring your towel.
Well, Arjun asked me to look after VN, so I'll go in.
All right, so everyone's going. All right, cool. For the most part. Except for Renan. And North, are you staying or are you going also?
If we go in, are we trapped in there for like the time being?
You don't know?
Or can we like, okay. Never mind.
So you guys, as a group, go towards VN's abode.
Are they
to the
like
den.
all wheeling back around me, like wheeling me in on a stretcher? Please.
Yes.
Just walking in
Every-
a funeral
I know
ceremonial
you meant-
procession.
No,
Like
every
a
time Kindred
gurney?
goes to rethink, all of a sudden just somebody grabs him by the arm, just keeps walking him.
You know
I
what?
know
On
you
second
meant
thought-
like a medical gurney, but I was thinking of
The coffin pegs.
I was thinking more about Hannibal Lecter when they're wheeling him through upright.
oh, one of the dollies.
Yeah, that's it. I can think of the word.
All right.
With the muzzle.
Oh no.
Are the lesser
Can we keep the muzzle
druids
after?
still
what?
up here? The lesser druids still up
Yes.
here?
No. Not at first. I'll try to
I'm
remember
gonna
if they
need
were.
you to pick one.
They were
Pick
because they're not involved. They're not immediately visible because they're still assisting preparing stuff, but they're not part of the main ritual. So no, they are not currently visible, but they will be in a little bit.
Well, then I'm going to have a favor to talk to them about momentarily.
Okay. Let me see.
Space is limited. The whole party goes, except for one.
Right.
Limited.
All right, you guys go into the abode and you are led down into one of the lower chambers. Vian looks a little surprised that everybody is present.
They're all the fathers.
She kind of looks to everyone. The space within the ritual chamber is going to be rather small. I would ask that you choose one to go with you into the room. The others may wait outside. Still within earshot and line of sight, if that is what you wish.
Olin himself
But-
takes up a quarter of the space.
That's because Soul is so large that only would pick one other one. She would say.
I just look at Galil and say, "You got me."
You know I do. Oreo, protect Iskra and Thunder.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
I just said
Scriptoria.
Oreo, protect Iskra and Sonder.
Vian takes your hand, Kindred, and leads you into the room. Here in this room, there are 2 stretchers, a sort of thing. There's 2 like beds that are side by side. One of them has what looks like a humanoid form laying on it with a blanket covering it. And one has a blanket on it, but no one. She leads you over to the empty one.
I'm trying to like quickly scan the room, anything magical, and just kind of like get a feel
Oh,
for.
yes. Tons. Everywhere.
Okay. And her.
Also,
any-
yes.
Any weird
Define weird.
I know. I'm trying to think of how to like.
It's fey magic, of course. It's weird.
There's fey magic everywhere. There's magical items, trinkets, and all sorts of baubles everywhere in this room.
More or less any unhinging feelings from when we first met her. The first night we met her, she was guarded and reserved, but warranted. Does it seem like she's different from that? Like it more, I don't know how to explain it, but if that makes
there's that is a I mean, that would be if you wanted to do an insight check. That would be different than counting this under your
oh yeah, but I feel like seeing a magic aura would kind of help with the insight.
This has nothing to do with it.
Okay, I will insight though.
Okay.
I guess I figured that if like she was under like a curse or something, but 14 for insight.
There is a very focused focused intent, I guess is the best way I could put it. She's
demeanor?
Focused demeanor, but she's like, she's got a job to do and she's focused on what she needs to do. Any pretense of friendliness or familiarity is gone at the moment, and she's just focused with her task. She kneels down as she helps you lay on this. She takes a deep breath and looks at you and into your eyes. How do you want to go?
Still takes out his scimitar.
Wow.
Quickly.
Is there a safe word?
Command
There
word
is a
kill.
there is a rather tasty beverage that you may ingest. There is no pain.
Much like in the scene of Game of Thrones where what's her name just
Or
Cersei, I want her to know.
is that what you want? She was like, there was another one, but you just
Ooh, that was the acid.
Oh no. Or she glances upwards, and in the corner you see a large creepy crawly that waits in the corner. It is also painless and quick, and you will not have to do it yourself.
I just kind of lean my neck and kind of, is it vampire? Like, hold my neck open for it. Like, fuck it.
She
Slit the
gestures,
throat.
and the creepy crawly goes across the ceiling and lowers itself onto a thread.
LV, leave for a sec.
Like for a split second, like once, like kind of like finally like touches on my shoulder, like Mal's kind of comes out defensively, but like doesn't do shit. He just like that instinct is there.
There is a the briefest of Cleopatra-like moments, and then it goes back up into the ceiling. And there was no pain.
And
There is just this warmth feeling going across your body as you are aided to lay down, no longer feeling anything. You're just like a really strong margarita. I'm gonna count back to 3. You're not gonna. It'll be fine. 1. Poof.
Damn,
your
that's
character
crazy.
In the cup, it was just tequila, nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh, you want tequila? Okay, my bad.
Hey Vix, you came just in time for the murder.
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 I've never heard such a sweeter sentence.
Moida.
During a little bit of this, Arjun's gonna take the circlet out from like behind the lapel of his jacket and kind of just warily put it on.
Oh. You put the circlet on. And there's an no, not you, Kindred. Arjun,
Anybody else seen scanners?
there's a brief moment of like this little like eye twitch inducing like twinge that kind of goes down your spine, and you're suddenly aware of life around you in a way that you've never been aware of it before, in the sense that there are like almost like starlight. You can feel the presence surrounding you of dozens upon dozens of tiny creepy crawlies.
Kind of just closes his eyes and tries to focus on just one in particular, not necessarily one he knows, but just see if he can actually focus in on one of them. Like
the closest one,
like Xavier using Cerebro kind of style.
Yeah, the closest one being the one that just crawled up from Kindred's now unmoving body.
Hello. Okay, that's new.
It whispers to you. Kindred, as your eyes start to flutter closed, what is one of the last things that you are thinking?
For some strange reason, I just get a memory of me, Hibby, and Lana studying one day during class, reading books, and just don't remember the conversation or what it was about, but we were just happy and laughing, and don't quite know what it was for, but it was nice.
That moment held in your memory, Hibby seems to turn to you in a way that you do not remember, and extends a hand outward as if beckoning you forward. Galil, you standing here watching as the creepy crawly, now having delivered its lethal injection, goes back, returns up to the ceiling, and you see Kindred just lay back peacefully as Vienne lowers Kindred's body onto the mat. There's like this chill that runs down your spine as this once again you are in a position of watching your ally undergo something that you are torn to react to out of pure instinct. And those of you who are watching from the doorway just outside the room, there's a sudden realization of the intensity of which this ritual was to take place, that maybe you had not realized how far this would have to go. On her knees still, Vienne smoothly moves over to Kindred's head and gestures for Soul to position himself at the feet. She uncovers the other form laying on this bed, and it is a clay figure shaped into the form of a humanoid body. It is faceless, genderless, just it's like almost like when you take a sand and you just kind of pile it and you can almost make it look like a body is what this looks like.
George, it's sand.
She extends her hands and places one over Kindred's dead face and one over the other. Kindred, I need you to roll a D100 for me.
Holy shit.
Your goal is to go under a certain number. It was the total amount of everyone's combined score.
Okay, let me
I'm doing this, by the way, Aaron.
What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing?
He has a migraine.
Broadcasting it to Cart.
Oh,
what
okay.
I'm seeing.
Okay.
Oh, because the right one is broadcast, left is spice. Oh my god. Okay, so what do I have to roll under?
What did you roll?
16.
Okay.
Oh.
We can't see it.
We can't even see it.
Sorry, can't see it. Didn't happen.
He's like, oh, did I say I meant a 20?
A 20. Yeah. All right.
Wait, out of the
Because I'm
percentile?
like, wait, there's two.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm like, wait, there's 2, but it was like, oh, it does the 10 and the.
Okay, 16.
Yeah.
You had to get under a 59.
Oh, okay.
Your friends know you pretty well, and this will aid you in returning to your self.
The power of friendship.
She, Vianne turns to Soul. Go ahead. What were you gonna say, Soul?
So Kindred had a request. She wanted to keep this card on the chest.
Vianne kind of smirks. You'll see. She closes her eyes for a moment. Kindred. Soul. Repeat after me.
Okay.
Body.
Body.
Adi adi.
Adi adi.
Adi
I'm
adi
done.
adi.
Adi adi adi.
Oh, yes.
Adi adi.
Adi adi.
Body adi adi adi.
Adi adi adi.
And as you repeat the words, the sacred words, to call Kindred's soul back into her body.
That would do it. That would do it.
Kindred,
I am
find
red
yourself-
and on fire right now. Oh.
You find yourself floating in space once again. A familiar feeling that you haven't felt in who knows how long. It's a seemingly endless void of color and darkness at the same time. And you feel that same pool. You look down and around you, and there is no body to you. But you see a glow and another, a darker, pulsing green glow. And the voice calls to you once again. Return. Return.
Do I recognize the voice?
Return. It doesn't seem familiar.
And is it coming from the dark light or the...
Everywhere around you. Be one with us.
Fuck, sorry, I didn't think about this part.
Then you hear another voice, the voice of Soul,
Okay.
calling to you. From the outside. Let me...
Kindred, don't stray too far.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what would you tell Kindred's soul in this situation? Is that what you'd be saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm here, Soul. I don't even know if you can hear me.
You don't know. And yet, something tells you to move towards the sound of Soul's voice.
Yep. That's exactly what I do.
Kindred. Because I legitimately do not remember. Was there ever a point where you mentioned your second soul to Vianne?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Sold it.
I said... I hinted at the fact that I had something attempted to be taken from me.
Okay.
But didn't
I just wanted to
specific-
double check. Soul. There's this light that fills your vision even with your eyes closed. You stand over nothing this white space, and Vianne appears on the other side. And you see Kindred's body laying there on the floor in front of you. And over his body, this darkened cloud roils like a small thunderhead of sorts, like it just crackles with energy inside of it. You see Vianne staring down at Kindred's body. What is this? And she points at it. Do you know what this is?
I don't know for certain. I know that Kindred was afflicted by something that was taken from her by the bad lich.
She takes a step closer, and in that moment of like near silent roiling power that wraps through this dark cloud, a loud crackle of energy flies out towards Viand and wraps around her like a tendril of lightning, just right up along her body. And she just stopped
Actual
moving.
thunder did that.
Yeah, I heard it too.
She stands frozen, her eyes now scared. And you hear from the cloud a voice that starts to echo in your minds more so than hearing it from outside.
What is this? What is this?
Vianne stares at you, just unable to move, her mouth completely agape and open. What do you say, so?
So I think Soul's going to panic, and in that moment, he's going to end up summoning some of the Fae that he saw.
Okay.
Soul's worried that now that she has somewhat been interrupted.
You go to try and summon and nothing is happening. You summon again and there is no change. For those of you outside in the room, you can see both Soul's and Vianne's eyes are glowing and shimmering with this dark black and white light that kind of just alternates as they are standing there sitting there, I should say, over Kindred's body. There's this low vibrating hum that kind of surrounds the room, and it almost feels like the air is starting to circulate around in a circle around the room, but just very barely. Very barely?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. Inside that voice, Soul, you hear it once again.
At last, a soul that is not purely empathetic, something to feed upon. He has done so well feeding me. Every death, every blood-struck spirit, every throat slit and soul released, I have been feeding. And now I have this. The soul of a Fae. An old Fae.
Is Soul able to move at all?
Make a We'll do charisma for this one.
God.
We don't see their expressions, right?
No. They've just been chanting body yada 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 over and over.
No. Okay.
Given the fact that they're like, poltergeisting out the eye holes,
Yeah.
do we at least get the inclination that something has gone very wrong for those of us in the room?
Make an
Probably
insight
about
check.
to. I rolled a
As I'm
1.
still broadcasting.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1, and I have a -1 modifier to charisma.
Oh no.
You can't
12
move,
for insight.
but you find that you have the will to speak.
You dark creature, you will release her. Soul's gonna try to summon something. Like, even if it's not...
Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. So basically, he's going to try to just release, like, as much...
Energy as possible.
Yeah. Totems or creatures or whatever it is.
Kindred,
Yeah.
from your point
Arcana.
of view, you are hearing this rolling thunder. There is no source
Literally.
to it, but it is present and it's causing your whatever being you are now to quake in fear. But you move faster towards, there's like that going towards the light that has been the point of Soul's voice, and you are flying towards it.
I'm just yelling back to Soul. I'm coming. I'm here. I hear you. And I don't even know if he hears me or what's happening, but I'm just booking it to
Okay.
what I think is Soul.
Soul, what are you saying?
Rolled an 8.
An 8? There's like this shimmer of green that kind of starts to appear around your body. Almost like a druidic form of mage armor that kind of envelops parts of you, protecting you somewhat from whatever onslaught this is. That black roiling cloud changes and alters shape once again, and now you see a secondary being over Kindred's body. And it floats from its laying position and slowly rises upwards, forming more and more a robed individual. Slightly, it's like watching smoke fill in a image as like parts of it become more solid, and you see long pointed ears, ragged stringy black hair, and as the face turns towards you, a missing lower jaw of what had at once point in time possibly had been a rather handsome elven face.
You will provide even more sustenance. You've made the mistake of trying to exercise what is far beyond your understanding.
And all of this from a mouth that is not moving, but seems to be broadcasting its thoughts and consciousness into your mind. Vianne finally shuts her mouth and starts to try and squirm from where she's being held right now. And the attention seems to drift from this individual as it turns back to Vianne, and a second tendril of energy flies out and lashes against her. Now these both tendrils have her grabbed and are pulling her towards him. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to just do something.
Okay.
By will and magic, just to stop it.
What
Or
would you like to do?
protect her. Let's see. I would like to try to do a spell if I can.
What would you like to do?
Moonbeam at 4th level.
All right. Make it, what is that, an attack roll?
I think so.
Or is it dex on their part?
Oh, it's a con saving throw.
Con save. All right.
I'm just
Godzilla?
gonna pray that everything goes right. Since all I see is them chanting.
At this point, something seems off. There is a malice in the air that wasn't there before.
Do I hear all these little like chattering spider voices sounding panicked? Are they in any way kind of vibing off of what's going
make
on?
a perception check. That would be a 19 on the Constitution save.
Damn.
17.
Passed it.
Okay.
Since that malice, I'm gonna say, Carp, keep broadcasting. I'm just gonna go up, put my hand on Soulless' shoulder and start praying.
Okay.
So it actually still goes off. It takes half as much damage on a successful con save.
Okay.
And it is worth 2d10 of radiant damage.
As you coalesce this energy around you and fire off this like beam of moonlight towards this creature, it writhes in pain.
God dang it. Only rolled a 4 total.
4
so
total?
It takes 2 radiant damage.
Takes 2 radiant damage?
Also, just in case this matters, but a shape changer makes its saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay, it doesn't really, on the sense that you are aiming it at this dark cloud, but you can hear Vianne scream at the same time that the monster screams as well.
Is she screaming out in the real world?
Now, there is a moan that escapes from Vianne as this is happening, and the spiders are panicked around them. Not maybe so much, they sense that there is something wrong.
He'll just kind of rush up, hand on shoulder, other hand right on her cheek, trying to just talk to me. What's going on?
Okay. As this combined effort is happening, you can see Vianne being pulled closer towards this creature. And for the briefest of moments, Soul, you see a flash of a vision that passes before your eyes. And is that of a mother and daughter in an embrace. And it's just the quickest flash in this like crazy tempestuous moment of energy and vile. There's just like something sickening to what is happening right now. But there is a moment of peace. And you hear Vianne's voice. This is as it was meant to be. Something must be done to fix this. And if it means reuniting, I am willing to do it. Just promise me one thing, please. Do not let it escape. Destroy it.
How do I do that?
You have everyone near you. You will know what to do. And in that brief moment, as that vision flashes in front of your eyes, you're brought back to that intensity of the moment, and Vienne no longer struggles. She flies towards this dark creature. And there's this burst of light. On the outside, it's as if a mini nova has gone off in this room and everyone is thrown backwards. In that moment of like the dust being kicked up from within this room, there is nothing but the sound of like there was no thunder like sound, but there was the effect of having been shaken by a loud resounding pulse of energy. And the dust starts to clear a little bit. Those of you who are standing out in the hallway had dust kicked up and thrown in your faces as something has happened.
You just hear Ardrin screaming for Vienne as he's trying to make his way to her.
What are you guys doing?
You all okay?
You go into the room, and everything is thrown about. Vienne's body is slumped over onto the ground, and Ardrin is crawling towards her quickly. Kindred's body is no more.
Did I hear anything from outside?
You've probably felt the ground pulse and shake a little. The clay figure that had been next to Kindred's body is up against the wall. Ardrin, you move over quickly, and Vienne doesn't move.
He grabs her shoulders, and he's just trying to shift her a little bit to try and get her to stir, and he just starts, as the cognitive dissonance kind of starts to go away, he starts just like trying to tap the cheek, trying to get her to stir, say something. He's just, Vienne, come back to me now. Getting more and more desperate.
As Soul's on the ground, but is starting to stir. Soul, what are you saying?
You good?
I'll run over to Soul.
What are you doing, Soul?
Has happened. I don't understand, but darkness came from Kindred. It is now in her. We can't let it escape. I made a promise to her that we would deal with it. We can't let it escape.
As you are saying that, the clay figure moves and shifts over. And there is the sound of crackling. And then another sound. Something crunches within Vienne. And she lifts as if having a seizure almost. Her body stiffened and bent in an inhuman sort of way. Her head like twitches back and then moves forward, and her hair covers her face.
I'm gonna tackle Ardrin and like just tackle him out of the way and shove.
As you do,
it would be opposed, but Sonder would win automatically, I think.
I will have been, at this point,
Soul.
moving towards the catacombs to try to get down there.
Okay.
I am
the
water whipping that shit right now through the window.
What are you water whipping?
The Grudge Vienne.
Vienne body seems to like break and crunch in strange, obviously not human sort of ways, and as her eyes finally lift from its position. And in that moment, as the body rushes towards probably Ardrin as it is closest,
I'll be right next to it.
It leaps as if to tear every fiber of your being from yourself. Go ahead, what are you doing?
Can I
Yell.
see into the room?
Oh, well, hold on. Ardrin, he was talking first. Go ahead.
As she's, whoever they are, is running towards him, give her back to me, you son of a bitch. And he casts something that I would need you to roll a save for.
Okay. What am I rolling?
That is a very good question. What is this rolling? It is an intelligence save.
Panic has set in!
It's intelligence. Yeah.
Intelligence? Okay. That is going to be not very a 9.
Okay, so 2 things happen. One, you take whoever. Well, I feel bad about this because it's gonna hurt VN probably. 5d10 psychic damage.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
I know exactly what this is. Damn.
Go for it. Roll the damage. Sonder.
There's
yeah.
more to this that happens.
Okay.
What's the second part?
Well, first 45 damage.
Alrighty.
I think I know.
All vision for whoever is yaggering VN goes away. All sight, all sound, and it is just this void of forever encroaching like rose wall, where it is like forever blooming and wilting in place. It's almost at like Mario 64 forever moving stairway,
staircase,
where it's just
yeah.
it never gets closer, but it always looks like it's approaching.
Okay.
It's on all sides, and it's just as each petal falls off, it just sort of seems to gain weight and looks like forms like it forms in a razor blade. Like it's just constantly dripping on all sides.
Nice.
The sound of it is like walls of rusty chains swaying and grinding against each other, and they're restrained, and they only see that unless I step into it. And I think that's really about it.
They can only see anything perceived by that, and
Yeah.
if they interact with it, then they take the secondary.
Yeah.
It's a bad time for everyone.
As that goes off, Sonder, you pull Ardrin out of the way because you were in the process of like pulling him out right anyway. So seeing this creature leap towards Ardrin, it smashes into the wall where Ardrin had been but a moment ago, and now falls to the ground, writhing in itself. I would say everybody can now see enough to know that what is going on. Soul, you have no idea what just quite transpired, except that Vian is very clearly not Vian. And you know more so than everybody else what might be going on. What are you doing?
Soul's gonna yell out out loud, as loud as he can in Sylvan, to let any fae or any creature nearby that can hear him, and let them know that Vian, that is not her. Something has possessed her.
Okay. North, you said you do see enough now. You've has been cleared away. Enough of the dust has been cleared away to where you can see the chaos and things that are going down really quickly in there.
Never mind.
You what?
Oh, it's nothing now. It's taken
Okay.
care of.
Okay. Iskra, you said you were water whipping as well, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you did the water whip on the creature Vian.
Yeah, there's nothing else I would use it on.
Okay, you're right. So using as it like falls to the ground, that water whip entangles around it and is now holding this thing down. It is bucking and thrashing like a thing possessed.
All right, this is different than normal, but I'm just gonna try to maintain it.
Okay. Galil, what are you doing?
While I see them attacking it and I understand what Soul just said, I'm gonna go find Kindred's body because who else is gonna?
Yeah, you go over to and run to where Kindred's body is at the moment, or that body is, and it is starting to break apart and flake off.
Damn it! Where's that new one?
That is the new one. There is no Kindred. This clay figure is the only body that remained from that explosion. What are you doing?
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm just gonna first level cure wounds it just in case.
Clear. As you place both hands, as you place both hands on the clay figure, you can see there is flesh beneath, skin, not pink skin. And as you dig your hands and place them on the body, the area around your very fingers starts to burn and flake away faster than it had already. It's kind of like the Thanos dusting. It's kind of like that, but it's just the clay revealing a humanoid form beneath. And as it starts breaking away more and more, a male humanoid form, an elven humanoid form.
Do I recognize it?
Make a perception check. The rest of you, what are you guys doing with this thrashing creature?
Am I able to get up, or did I spend my movement?
I mean, we're not really in like a combat round per se, because it's just all happening really quickly. I would say, Renan, you're starting to get into this space right now.
18,
running with the aid of your wings as best as you can, like run, gliding, chicken hopping, the kind of thing.
Do I witness anything, or what's?
Yeah, oh no.
Do I experience anything? Tunnels of light, Soul's voice,
death.
What does it feel like to be dead?
Again.
Mama, is that you?
Sonder, what were you gonna do?
I'm gonna go over to Vien's body, and with my staff, I'll attempt a stunning strike.
Okay. I'll make an attack roll.
So
With
that's
advantage, because it's
triple restrained and stunned. So there's just
yeah, I mean,
double stun.
Crossing the streams over here.
Just go ahead and roll damage, like, for your attack.
Okay.
Goes with the Gozerian and you getting through us.
Third stun through a third stun break? That's like 27 stuns.
Just in case I got a...
Just for you, Iskra, she's triple prone.
Yes.
11.
That spell is badass though. Cramp. I have it.
No, then she needs
It's
to make
really about the
a
only thing we're taking at
Constitution
that
saving throw. Does anything change with saving throws, Archer?
I don't think so.
They're in the restrained.
Yeah, so you just get advantage on the hit,
status,
but you're hitting regardless. So just roll your damage and then
It was 11.
damage. Okay, that was the damage. Okay. There is this crack of bone from the hit.
I don't want to do that. Just wanted to.
And
Stun.
it's still thrashing.
And he's stunning?
Yeah. It's still
Got
thrashing.
stunned?
Yeah, it got stunned, and then it stunned it for a moment in that crack, and then it started doing it again. And it is now like You ever seen zombie movies whenever they have it restrained? It's just like that's what it's doing right now. And then finally it stops moving. What are you guys doing?
Soul?
What did it say? I couldn't understand.
I see you all now.
Technically, it can't do the
No.
spell.
All it sees
still
is
said it,
the
though.
horror.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So it's a liar.
Hindsight.
Or DM can choose to ignore certain stat plots if they have things going on.
Or blindsight.
What are you guys doing?
I'm just trying to maintain the mental prison.
Right.
Do we have chains?
Soul.
Anyone?
You know this is not Vienne. And she asks you one thing.
Do I come to? Am I the body?
We'll find out shortly.
Next week.
What are you doing, Soul? What are you doing?
Going to summon.
Four giant goats.
No.
There is no space in this place! Why do you think I did indoors?
I'm going. I'm going to summon a fey creature.
What are you summoning?
A
Come on.
Nereid. A Nereid.
All right.
Pronounce it. Basically, it's like a water.
Water spirit.
Yeah.
Water goat.
It's like a water naiad, I think. Or
Yeah.
what do they call triad?
Yeah.
But yeah.
And?
And I'm going to have her do drowning kiss onto her.
All right. Describe to me, how is this happening? What does it look like?
All right, so this fey water creature comes up that has like cloth that looks like sea foam, and moves over and places a kiss onto Vienne. And then from within her, water is like rushing into her mouth. Basically, it has to succeed a DC of 13 Constitution saving throw, or take 22 acid damage. And on a failure, they also run out of breath and can't speak for 1 minute.
It rolled a 9 again.
Okay. So it failed. Yeah. Okay. So
how do you want this? How do you want to do this?
No.
the water is going to rush into her mouth and keep going down, but you're going to see steam and burning coming out from it too. Basically going to drown her in acid.
Right. Oof. All right. As the
Turn
thrashing,
my head.
as the thrashing slows and eventually stops, there's pool of liquid surrounding Vianne's body. Renan, you run into the room, now seeing that this room has been utterly thrown upside down. Vianne's body is broken and twisted in ways that cannot be mortal. Galil is against the wall with an elven man that had not been here before. And now the body of Vienne is now finally looking like it's coming down from having had a seizure. It is no longer moving. Kindred, your eyes open. and you see Galil kneeling over you.
Where's Soul?
You look around the room and you can see Soul, hand extended, and almost like mirroring the same movements as Soul, a water-like nymph over the body of a broken Vian that is being restrained and held down. A rather horrified looking Ardrin and Sonder. Iskra facing another direction.
You also see tears flowing through Soul's face.
So do I get a sense of what, like, the adrenaline rush? Like,
all
do
you
I get-
remember was going towards that light, hearing the thunderous roar, and one final word. Thank you. Before your eyes opened and you found yourself in this situation.
Is that Vian or Dark?
It was
Thank you.
Vian's voice.
And I just stare at, I want to do stuff, but I can't. Like, my body just won't move, and I just pull Galil and just my claws, like my hands sink into you almost painfully, out of, like, not trying to hurt you. It's just like shock. Damn it, Elvie. And I just, fears and just remorse and regret.
And that is how we will end for tonight.
Damn, Aaron.
Wow.
Woo! Hey, that's twice I've killed you now. And this time you took it like willingly.
Oh, God damn it, Aaron. I had tears. They
Everybody
didn't come out,
knows-
so it doesn't count.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Everybody knows a Horcrux fights back.
Does.
If you knew that, then why weren't you down there, bitch?
Oh, I don't know, because maybe the whole fucking party was down there, so I thought you'd handle it.
Oh my goodness. Well, this
Sorry,
is
I
gonna
thought
be...
you could kill Kindra without a whole effort behind it. Jeez.
And so the first time Soul summoned a Fae was used to kill another
Fae.
druid. Fae.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair,
To be
we'll
fair,
find out what is exactly going on next Tuesday. But
You mean
so it would
Thursday?
seem. Thursday is something else. Oof. I'm like riding on so much adrenaline right now.
Goodness, right?
I think we all are.
That was wild.
Another 2 hours? Another 2 hours?
Oh, 2 more hours.
Yeah.
Just 2 more.
My heart can't take it.
2 more hours. Come on.
I
Extended
already died
stream.
once tonight.
Extended to 30 more minutes.
I'm okay with that.
Always when you fall
By
out
all
of the
means.
tree.
Oh,
That
The rest of the party okay with that?
They've got work tomorrow.
I have work tomorrow. I'm still
Yeah.
one play.
I have
Don't
surgery
worry,
tomorrow.
I'll take leave.
Take leave. Call in sick.
We're doing surgery on patients, like thinking like this fucking demon. I'll avenge you, Vian.
Do you want
Put
some?
out somebody's eye.
Do you want some resolution? I can do some resolution for you if you want. It's
Well,
up to you.
considering-
It is up to you
Do
guys.
you want ants? Because this is how you get ants.
It's tough because I think that this place that we stopped is actually really dramatic and wonderful.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
I also want to keep playing. So it's like, do I maintain the cliffhanger? Like, good feeling from that was also horrible and crushing.
Yeah, like
or-
you worked well plotting this. Let us
Yeah.
just sink in our emotions for a while and stew.
Let you marinate for a minute.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll let you marinate.
No, I will. Renan will just spend the next like 2 seconds in game next week in real life on the subject of like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah. That was
What
a
is
lot.
happening?
What is happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh, there's a
I
lot.
will say, Graham, I like your prison. It's very interesting.
That was cool.
I tried to keep it thematic.
Yeah, that was
Very
super good.
thematic.
Picture it. I could
Like I already
imagine it,
have
yeah.
mine in plan when I cast it of how I want it to go. But yeah, when you said 5 to 10, I knew exactly what was happening. I was like, oh fuck.
It's like intelligence save. There's only what 3, maybe 4 spells. Is that
Could we have made Vienne Meteor?
Oh,
Meteor? Ooh. Too soon, but not soon enough.
I
Well,
feel like
I'm gonna go
Graham
by
is
the cackle. I'll have to scroll up a little bit.
I feel like Graham is like Doctor Strange.
Go Iskra, go whip that hoe.
Do your work.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I
Just
love
like
it a lot.
making shit
Like I'd fight real hard for that tear not to come out. Like
I
held it
was
in.
so
Wizard.
close. See, and here's the thing. You know what? You know how I managed to not, because I didn't want to like completely devastate everybody because I knew that this was gonna be really rough. That's why I threw in the body thing, because I was like, I have to bring them up a little bit more because it was like very serious.
Just to make the fall worse.
Yes,
No, I get
bring
it.
them up a little bit more and
I
then
understand that kind
slam
of
them
mental
down.
torture.
It was great since Kindred is always saying that.
Right?
Like it fit.
Yeah,
but
that was nice.
Repeat the holy words after me.
I
Body.
appreciate a certain amount of torturous
Body.
poetry.
But if you didn't want to devastate us so much, then annihilating Kindred's body and leaving it like semi-questionable about whether the clay is like a monster.
remember there wasn't
or is
enough
he
clay
the
left, so
monster, or like
It comes back as a little goblin, like a small goblin.
It could
No,
have.
no, it is a little elf, but it's
I'm a
like
pygmy elf.
a Christmas elf. Now.
He is now an elf on the shelf.
Oh no!
You rolled a Keebler.
Session
That actually
we
was
had
a-
to meet Vian's sister, and this session that she had to go on like a backstory journey with Saunders. So we really got to know her before you killed her.
That's how they do it in movies, right? They always like you find out that the soldier has a kid and family waiting for him at home.
Just
Particularly,
like those soldiers that Sonder killed.
they were about to go on vacation. It wasn't just Sonder. He was doing
I
his
like the
job.
idea that before these soldiers died, they were conspiring like we're gonna overthrow Thay. We're gonna turn this shit around, and then it's just crack.
It was wild. But yeah, no, it was.
Saunders zones out.
I mean, this was I had intended to do this last week and leave on the end of this note last week, and so it would have been a lot. All of that in one session, but then we had our lovely hot tub scene and all that other
Yeah,
jazz. So it just
was
didn't-
our Beat Janime episode.
But I like how you played that into the ritual. Like, very interesting way to D100 what everyone got.
Well, yeah, because I was like, yeah, there was a multitude of ways that I had thought about doing this, but that was like, I wanted, there was the whole thing about it being if the soul is willing, and I was like, well, what if the soul is willing, but then how well do the people if this is being cast by someone who's like, I don't know who the heck this person is. Like, that's why Soul and Viad needed some information as to who you were to kind of help with this and kind of like connect you. So because they rolled so high, it was like you have to roll at least under that amount. The lower the number would have been, obviously the harder, and then it would have just gone to the normal reincarnation rules, and you maybe would have wound up with a gnome body or a goblin body. That would have been amazing. It's like you just keep shrinking down smaller and smaller every time. We'll get it
I just
right
go
one of
through
these
every
times.
class or every race there is in this campaign.
Now he's just a pixie.
Like a shitty Doctor Who.
Then he'll just turn into a rat, but he'll be like the smartest rat on the face of.
I'm like them
like a
secret of
white
nymph rats. Like I know some shit.
Out there.
But
American
so
Goes
like
West. Yeah.
I'm killing it.
your spell, like it was very like
So good.
beautiful, but like
So-
emotional at the same time. Like I could picture it all happening like in slow motion.
Yeah, it was great. I like everything turned out really well.
There's a lot of really good imagery in there tonight.
Just wait, we have even more imagery coming out for you guys. So on Thursday, Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central, we will be having a sneak peek into the realm of the Feywild with some lovely people, one of whom you've already met, our lovely Denissa. And now you get to meet the rest of our little mini-series party. And let me tell you, you are not ready for what we have in store. There are...
Adi.
Yeah, hopefully, I can throw in some great references in there, but I feel like it will be plenty. I feel like it's going to be so good. Yes, thank you, LV, for putting up the socials. You're modding that night. Don't worry. You can always catch... Yeah, 8 p.m. is always easier to watch, I think. Don't worry, Vix. You can always catch the VOD because it always comes up right after that. You can watch it at your leisure. And
then I usually have all the videos uploaded, even the side quests uploaded onto YouTube and like categorized by campaign.
Nice. Oh no, Taco and Elvi are working together. Jeez, I love that Nat. Where can I get one?
Where can I get one?
Very funny. Oh my god, amazing. I'm gonna go now. You guys are ridiculous. But yes. Yeah, so there you have our Discord there. Come hang out with us. Follow us on Twitter. I'll be posting some little surprise images there, probably for the
yes,
stuff that's coming up.
So
one other
Renan,
thing.
Yeah,
Renan's been posting a lot more art.
but go check it right now. Now that Kindred is back.
Oh boy.
Well, we don't know for sure yet. We don't know what the state of Kindred at this point. We just know that they woke up.
Yeah, go look.
I mean, have you seen The Magicians? I was getting the monster vibes the whole time.
Oh yeah, I like that show a lot.
There's going to be some six-finger shenanigans going on.
Oh, I was thinking like the second.
I remember that one.
The monster, whenever Elliot gets taken over.
Oh yeah, that's a much better reference.
All right, and with that, we will see you Thursday. And until then, if not then we'll see you on next Tuesday for the continuation of the dramatic whatever is coming up next, because that's how we roll here. Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.
You just won't see the end.